This means that their upcoming playoff game against Kaiser University has been canceled, but it also means that they might have to vacate those 3 games. $2.89 a gallon is the Indiana gas average today, according to AAA. And this Saturday is the Big Ten football championship game between Indiana and Ohio State. It's also the battle for sweater vests between Indiana Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith and Ohio Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel. They both made a friendly wager today with each other to say that whoever loses will have to wear the other state's sweater in public for one day. WIBC News Time, 3:04, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Exercise Incorporated wants you to start changing your life in 20 minutes a week this month. It's Terry Stacy, and Exercise Inc. only makes this offer once a year in December. If you come in for a free consultation in the month of December, you'll get 2 free sessions just for trying it out, and you don't even have to sign up. Exercise Inc. is a 20-minute once-a-week workout program that will help you get stronger, have more energy, and just feel better. This program was developed to help women with osteoporosis, but it will help both women and men get a lot stronger. Their program will also teach you simple nutritional habits that will help you lose weight and keep it off. Most importantly, you'll have a coach who will hold you accountable in reaching your goals. You don't want to miss this offer. Come in for a free consultation in the month of December, and you'll get 2 free sessions just for trying it out. Exercise Inc., Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers, exerciseinc.com.
WIBC traffic at 3:05. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, John, on the west side, northbound 465 closed before Washington Street between Sam Jones and Washington because of a semi-fire. And there was a crash and the fire, and they're working on putting the fire out right now. Traffic is stopped back to and past I-70 right now. This is also backed up eastbound 70 coming from the airport. In addition, to limit traffic into the area, the ramps from westbound 72, northbound 465, and Sam Jones to northbound 465. Both of those ramps are closed. Eastbound 70, stop and go from Belmont into the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Your favorite songs shouldn't have to wait for Wi-Fi. Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Sunshine this afternoon, but it's not going to warm us up. It will be cold with temps in the mid-20s. Clear and cold tonight near record lows of 10. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's roll! Oh my goodness, Hammer, we have some State House updates that have nothing to do with redistricting.
What?
I can't believe.
Get out of here.
We've been talking about it for weeks now. Tell me what the Beckwith bill is.
So it's not really called the Beckwith bill,
Yeah.
but it kind of is, right? So think of it this way. In the NFL, the Tuck rule, it's also known as the Tom Brady rule.
Sure.
From that controversial call in the football game in the snow.
Good analogy.
So this new bill filed at the Indiana State House in the House of Representatives would change the selection process for the way the state picks its lieutenant governor. Instead of having it go to the delegates who then get together at convention and do their process and pick the lieutenant governor, it would basically just be the governor going, here's my person.
So the person coming up with this bill doesn't like Micah Beckwith.
Indiana State Rep Danny Lopez is the man that is behind this. He's a Republican from Carmel.
Huh.
I do not know if he's got a good relationship with Micah Beckwith or not.
Just speculating.
Maybe he's being pressured to put this out there from folks who do not have a good relationship with the lieutenant governor. But let's not get it twisted. This is the Micah Beckwith bill.
Does Rob Kendall have Danny Lopez's personal private cell phone number?
And again, go back to the previous election year here in Indiana. Governor Braun wanted somebody else. Governor Braun did not want Micah Beckwith. But Beckwith, he was a barnstorming,
ground game,
crazy man.
I mean,
just city to city, radio stations, TV.
Killer ground game.
Great ground game.
Overcame a lot of odds. And some of it went south. I know there's, personal relationships were broken even within this building.
We call that the Rob Kendall rule.
There's several different nicknames for the situation surrounding Mike and this. I don't have the animosity that a lot of people do towards him, and I can understand why there's some people that want to see. It's like this is the way it's been forever, and now all of a sudden they're changing the rules because of this sort of thing.
Right.
Because Micah's a rabble-rouser.
He's a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
And some would say he's full of bull something else. So that's why it kind of scares a lot of the old school Republican guard here in the state of Indiana.
Whatever.
That's House Bill 1022. We're calling it the Beckwith Bill. Also, Representative Andrew Ireland, who's going to be on our program here in just a little bit, he's pushing forward with legislation that would allow judges and prosecutors to be impeached. So if there's a judge or prosecutor that's kind of gone rogue and you keep letting out violent repeat offenders, one right after the other. Oh, I don't know. Here's a hypothetical situation, Nige. Let's say you live in a county where, and again, hypothetical, your prosecutor acts more like a defense attorney, and there's a guy that's been arrested 99 times.
Yeah.
This piece of legislation, if it makes its way through, would give the area in question the ability to impeach said prosecutor or judge.
It's really to get rid of those guys. It's like it's more of a retaining process. Like we vote to retain this judge.
Right.
That's how it kind of works. You can't exactly vote them out. We vote to retain. And well, by the way, isn't Andrew Ireland, wasn't he the guy that went to the property tax rally and Rod Bray was the Senate leader? He got mad at Andrew Ireland for wearing a green tie. His name's Ireland. It was on St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
That's the guy, right?
Because we were encouraging people to wear green to the property tax rally because it was about money.
Yeah, it was earlier. Yeah.
And it happened to be
Day.
on St. Patrick's Day. And Senate Pro Tem Rod Bray got all butthurt because the guy whose last name is Ireland
I love this story.
was wearing green on St. Patrick's Day, taking the attention away from his birthday, the mariachi band.
Oh, wow. That's good stuff right there.
That's who we're dealing with. And also from the Indiana State House, Senator Mike Young, friend of the show, he plans to roll out a bill that would change up the execution process here in the state of Indiana.
Really?
If the lethal injection cocktail drugs are unavailable, or if you just want to save some money, according to the new bill coming forth from Senator Mike Young, firing squad could become an option here in Indiana. When reached for comment, Jason Hammer said this. Let's go! I'm here for this, baby.
Who's telling me? Somebody from the newsroom, I think it was Ryan Hendrick, was telling me that some of these cocktails they use to inject these guys and put them to death are hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's
Or
expensive.
at least tens of thousands of dollars, if not a six-figure sum. A firing squad, yeah. Let's get a bunch of good old boys together and pull a trigger.
I can go out to 38th Street right now and probably find somebody that's got some practice to work off some community service. I'm here for it, man. I am here for that. We will be talking about the changing of the congressional maps. We'll get to all of that. But I just want to get you guys up to date on some other things happening here in the state of Indiana. One more note here before we move forward. I found this out yesterday. So remember when Donald Trump passed the big, beautiful bill, right? That was his signature piece of legislation.
It's big, it's beautiful, and it's a bill.
It's a bill. There was a thing in there, a little caveat, that said no tax on overtime, no tax on tips.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people feel like because the big, beautiful bill was ultimately passed, that's automatically in place. That's not. According to the folks that I spoke with yesterday at the Indiana State House, this has to be a state issue. So the Indiana General Assembly has to move forward with making this a thing. So if you worked a crap ton of overtime, or you are scheduled to work a crap ton of overtime coming up, you're not getting any extra perk out of that. You're still paying the taxes on it until the Indiana State House pushes that through as a official bill.
What are they waiting for?
Great question.
I'm all for it. I know Rob Kendall doesn't like it.
Rob Kendall doesn't like anything. He doesn't like Christmas, doesn't like his family, doesn't like
us.
himself, doesn't like us.
But I'm all for the waiters, the waitresses, the servers. What do they want to do? No tax at all?
No tax on
that's
overtime
incredible.
and tips.
Overtime. Love it. Sorry, I love it, man. I mean, get you some.
But you got to
Go
find
out
a
and do it.
representative now that's willing to put that out there
Yeah.
and get the votes to get that moving. Now, I think a lot of people will be surprised to know that it's not, a law already. But just because Trump has got the big, beautiful bill passed through at the national level,
Interesting.
has to go through the state level before it becomes something Hoosiers can enjoy. Speaking of things Hoosiers can enjoy, Nige, our charity bowling event, Red, White, and Bowl, presented by Jack Daniels. Now, I think yesterday there was like a little glitch on the ticket page. It's fixed now. I spoke to everybody. So get your tickets. I did not get a new total of how many were sold, but in the first 36 hours, 2 full lanes and a bunch of individual tickets were sold.
Don't wait.
No.
I guess is what we're saying is because the winners of our first Red, White, and Bowl, you remember, were it was my neighbor's company. They take it seriously.
Yes.
And they weren't able to get in last year because they waited too long.
And Chris Hammer and some college bowlers from the UIndy college bowling team came in and beat people. So, again, it's a good mix, man. There's like competitive areas where you can bowl to win, and then you can just do drunken, debaucherous stuff with Nigel and I. There's a little bit of everything at this event. It's Friday, January 16th.
Perfect.
Beer Sample Friday, Jack Sample Friday.
Jack Sample Friday.
Woodland Bowl, North Side. Get your tickets now. Go to WIBC.com. Hurry. It sells out every year. This is the 3rd year we've done it. The first 2 years, I think it only took like a couple of weeks to sell this completely out. So tickets go pretty quick. If you know somebody that wants to go, great Christmas gift. Think outside the box here, people.
Good idea, bud.
Great Christmas gift, WIBC.com. Matt Baer.
West Side, full closure of northbound 465 before Washington Street. And this is because of a semi-fire and reported fuel spill. Traffic is stopped to I-70. And again, the diversion point right now is going to be at Sam Jones Expressway. We do have a reroute of that in traffic. Eastbound 70 is backed up because of the semi-fire and closure. About a mile and a half from the 465 interchange. Eastbound 70 heavy because of rerouting traffic, so that is stop and go after Tibbs Avenue into the south split. About a 7-minute delay in building on that eastbound stretch. Traffic sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com. With over 100 online casino games, Chumba Casino is your destination for nonstop entertainment. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions 21+. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And Senator Mike Young, if you're listening, if your staff is listening, I love the firing squad idea, but also, can we add a caveat in there that when there is an execution, local media gets to watch the thing? I have talked to you about this. I've talked to other folks. I think it's a win-win.
I thought you were going to go down the route of, let's have a raffle for a trigger puller.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
That money could be donated to the victims' families.
Now you're thinking like a marketer, Nige. I like that too. I
Got
like
that
it.
from hanging around you, man.
26 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Coming up next, hey, if you hate Rob Kendall, we've got a contest for you. And we're going to do a quick impromptu round of Are You Okay With This? It's not the normal time we do it, but there's a reason why. We'll do that next.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Yeah, it's just a simple fact. Ladies live longer than men, and it has big financial consequences for women. They run a greater risk of running out of money in retirement. But that's why it's critical women have the right strategy to file for Social Security. And now the biggest mistake isn't choosing the wrong age. It's really just not understanding how Social Security impacts their IRA, 401k withdrawals, taxes, and even their Medicare premiums. That's why you got to go to the expert, Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy.
So if you've saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now with Bill Demery. Free is the key word here. Just call 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120 or visit yourretirementguy.com. Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
He's Big Joe for Absolute Comfort, your trusted independent American Standard Air dealer. The owner is Chris Wettikin, and he sells the ductless Mitsubishi Electric Mini Split, which is a great way to heat and cool specific rooms in your home with geothermal efficiency and very low energy cost.
We have the low wall mount systems, we have high wall mount systems, and if you just don't want to see the unit, we have flush mount systems that can be built into the ceiling.
Check out the latest technology at AbsoluteComfort.org. Absolute Comfort is your trusted independent American Standard Air Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
BMW, Mercedes-Benz, VW, Audi, Mini, Porsche. Names that mean quality, performance,
and usually a dreadful service experience. You know you can't take your car just anywhere, but you may not know you can get the same quality service and parts without going to a dealership.
Enter Auto House Merkel.
Everything from routine service to performance tuning is handled with care by technicians who specialize in German vehicles, using only OEM parts or equivalent.
At a lower cost and less hassle than the dealership.
Book service now at autohousemerkel.com.
Are you worried about your taxes? Okay, so I'm talking to those of you out there that have not filed in a few years with the IRS or state. It's time to get worried, and here's why. The IRS is getting back from their own COVID lockdown, and they're hiring more enforcers, and they're going to come after people that owe taxes. So if you're a 1099 worker, and maybe you just plain forgot to file your taxes, you need to call the professionals right now at the Tax Helpline. They are experts at knowing the tax regulations, and their goal is to help you pay as little as possible. Call right now and get a 100% free tax evaluation. Remember, before the IRS knocks on your door, knock on our door. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, make this free call right now.
Call Texas 321 now at 800-808-9443. 800-808-9443. That's 800-808-9443.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Pretty abrupt ending right there, but it happens. Everything is falling apart around here.
You can't say something like that to me and then all of a sudden expect. I know the music stopped abruptly, but Hammer, it's going to take me a moment to compose myself.
Like, I don't feel comfortable saying it.
Don't. No. Don't even go anywhere near it. Don't go near it.
Tim Walz is upset people are calling him something. He did a press conference. People, I guess, are seeing him outside of his house, and they're calling him a certain name.
Okay.
And he's mad about it. Next Friday, 1 week from tomorrow, it's the annual WIBC Radiothon.
Hell yeah.
Benefiting the Salvation Army. We are proud to help out Hoosiers in need every year. We take this responsibility very seriously. If you're going to criticize the homeless community, if you're going to rip on the people being outside, this is your chance to help some people get, a little help. It's a big deal. So what we're doing right now is a little bit of a lead up to that Radiothon is a thing called a virtual kettle.
Yeah, we're getting a head start, and you could donate. And the cool thing is the Hammer and Nigel one, we've got a couple different sponsors like Galaxy Concrete Coatings and Window Nation. They're going to match funds donated in our virtual red kettle. So you can get ahead of everybody else. If you're going to be out of town during Radiothon, if you're not going to be available, you could donate to our red kettle. Just by going to WIBC.com and looking for the logos, and you can go from there.
Right. Make your donation there right now.
Galaxy Concrete Coating, by the way, donate up to $1,000. They will match everything up to $1,000.
Excellent. We've also got it on our social media. I have to scroll down just a little bit, but you'll see our virtual kettle. And we're in a little bit of a competition. Now, as you guys know, we're super competitive.
Yes.
I think won the toy drive. I don't know. They haven't announced the winner of it. But if we didn't win, I'm calling for a recount because we brought it, man. The Hammer and Nigel show, you guys brought it. Thank you. But we're also now competing against Rob Kendall. So Rob's got his virtual kettle, the Kendall and Casey shows. If you're sick and tired of Rob Kendall's whining and crap, make a donation to our virtual kettle.
It's all going into one big pot, okay?
Right.
It's not like you're taking from one and giving to another. It's all going to the Salvation Army.
But I want to raise more money than Rob does.
I do too.
I happen to think Andre Carson needs to be fired. Rob loves Andre Carson. I think he wants to play euchre with Andre Carson and laugh in the face of all of you guys. If that's what he wants to do, that's fine. Make your donation to the Hammer and Nigel Show virtual kettle to benefit Hoosier families in need. And it's not just folks that are homeless, Nige. This is a great organization, the Salvation Army. They take in women and children who have been the victims of domestic abuse, families that don't have anywhere else to go.
Also, presents under the tree. Every kid deserves a visit from Santa.
Yes.
And they provide that as well.
They help out with the big man. So please help us out and also give a middle finger to Rob Kendall by donating to the Hammer and Nigel Show virtual kettle. And if we raise more money than Rob, we will remind him of it all the time. So you guys have that to look forward to. Speaking of gifts, Hammer and Nigel Show merchandise store, perfect stocking stuffer.
Yeah.
If you're old man, if you love this program, Hammer and Nigel hat, Hammer and Nigel t-shirt, put that bad boy in the stocking. Store.hammerandnigel.com. All right, we got time for a quick round. Allison, let's play Are You Okay With This?
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Okay! Presented by Window Nation. Window Nation's end of year sale is your chance to save big with 50% off all windows plus 0% financing for 5 years. Sale ends soon. Visit windownation.com to get started. Are you okay with this, Hammer? According to a new study, 45 to 49-year-olds are the loneliest feeling people in the country.
I fall in that category, 45 to 49.
Loneliest people in the country. Almost half of them saying over 60% of respondents say they never got married and say they feel lonely as well. Wow.
Not okay with that because
that's sad.
Listen, go out there and make your own breaks.
Ugly people get married all the time. Miserable people get married all the time. There's an expression, misery loves company. Instead of being all sad in a survey, get your ass out there, find somebody to be miserable with. That's most married couples at this point. I don't want to hear the crybaby and crap. Oh, I'm 45 to 49. I'm all sad. You know what I like to do? Sometimes just sit by myself. Sit around by myself and not be bothered.
Oh, man. When you're married, the silence... I can think a couple of weeks from now, my wife is taking my daughter to Hamilton, and it's like from 1 to 6 p.m. or something like that. I am looking forward to that silence. Colts game, and then maybe some libations. But I am married, so I have a different perspective.
Right.
I'm not alone all the time.
But even if I were a single dude, instead of feeling sorry for myself, pick your carcass up, go to the bar, find the biggest, ugliest hog you can find, and at least be with somebody. You won't be lonely anymore, and she'll be happy to talk to you. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
You got to love it. Movember, more than a month of mustaches. It's a movement for men's health awareness, which has kind of taken a back seat for way too long. So we're going to team up with Franciscan Health, and we're going to do a one-stop shop for all things men's health. Free screenings this Sunday. Gugman House Brewing Company, beer, food, football, raffles, prizes, and most importantly, free screenings from Franciscan Health.
I'm looking forward to this, man. We're going to have the Colts and Jags on the screen. We're going to have beer. We're going to have food. We're going to have prizes. But more importantly, free health screenings from Franciscan Health. Free. So if you don't want to pay or go to some cold doctor's office, come by our event. Ask a doctor. Ask a nurse. Get screened for a number of things, all for free. Gugman House Brewing Company this Sunday. We're going to be there noon to 2 with Franciscan Health.
Hey, Black Friday's come early to Tom Roush Lincoln with our 999 deal. $9,000 off a new Lincoln Corsair, $9,000 off a new Lincoln Nautilus, or $9,000 off a new Lincoln Aviator. Your choice of any of these great luxury cars, $9,000 off. So get those Black Friday deals all month long at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Corsair stock number L25277, MSRP 5220. Nautilus stock number L25270, MSRP 57235. Aviator stock number L25246, MSRP 65165. Offer good through 12/31/25.
Picture this, you're on a date, and then bad breath happens. Confidence gone. Here's the truth. Most gums and mints are just bad breath Band-Aids, but not Zellman's Minty Mouth. The functional breath freshener you swallow. Tiny dual-action capsules with mint on the outside, parsley seed oil inside, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders, even garlic and onions. It's only available online. Go to Zellmans.com, Zelmins, Zellmans.com, code FRESH for 15% off.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An update from a case you may know well. Right now, you've got a mostly sunny sky, 28 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:31. The FBI has arrested a man suspected to have planted pipe bombs outside the RNC and DNC headquarters in January of 2021. Earlier today, FBI Director Kash Patel pointed the blame at the Biden administration for not acting sooner.
An investigation spearheaded by the deputy director and the ADIC of our Washington field office brought in a new team of investigators and experts, re-examined every piece of evidence, sifted through all the data, something that the prior administration refused and failed to do.
The suspect's been identified as Brian Cole, and FBI leaders are also searching the suspect's home in Woodridge, Virginia. The bombs never detonated, but the FBI says they could have been lethal if they went off. African leaders joining President Trump in Washington, D.C. today to sign a deal intended to end tensions that have gone on for a while. Here's Fox's Jared Halpern.
The presidents of Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo credited President Trump for helping broker a peace agreement between the two nations.
Today we commit to stopping decades of violence and bloodshed and to begin a new era of harmony and cooperation between the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda.
Rebel forces have battled the Congolese military in the eastern DRC since the 1990s. Still, the ceasefire is tenuous as skirmishes continue in pockets of the war-torn region. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
President Trump also supposed to travel to Pennsylvania next week to give remarks on the economy and inflation. He wants to discuss his economic agenda as polls consistently show that Americans are concerned about their financial outlooks. On that front, confidence in the economy from Americans is dropping to the lowest level recorded since last year. Gallup's Economic Confidence Index found that levels slipped to minus 30 in November, marking a decline from negative 23 in October. What you can be confident in, though, is Indiana's gas average being lower than the national average. AAA says the Indiana average is $2.89, while the national average is $2.99. It's 3:33. You've got traffic and weather next.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops. Suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 317-660-0929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Wells Financial at 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wells Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
Traffic at 3:35. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, John. West side northbound 465 is closed between Sam Jones Expressway and Washington Street. That's because of an earlier semi-fire crash, and there's also reported fuel spills. So cleanup is in progress. There is smoke everywhere right now. Traffic is stopped. Back to Kentucky Avenue, State Road 67. We have a reroute at Matson Traffic if you want to check it out. Also looking at eastbound 70 coming back from the airport towards Indianapolis. That's backed up about 2 miles because of that closure on northbound 465. Southbound 465 stop and go traffic on the west side from Crawfordsville Road down to Washington Street because of rubbernecking. Looking at the south side, northbound 65 stops Keystone Avenue into the south split, and plenty of rerouters taking eastbound 70. That's stop and go traffic from Tibbs into the south split. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. She's too special for just an average gift. See Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy colored diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Your American Standard Heating Weather Center forecast.
Mostly cloudy skies tonight. Some snow showers developing during the late evening hours. It's going to be cold with lows near 17. Some sunshine Thursday with highs only near 24. I'm Wish TV Storm Tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick. On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
So they're really still trying to overturn Richard Allen's 130-year murder conviction. This thing is still dragging on. His attorney's asking for another extension. We all know who Richard Allen is. Found him guilty of murdering Abby and Libby near the Monon High Bridge in Delphi several years ago.
Very high-profile story, national attention. Some would say it's the most high-profile murders that have happened maybe in the history of the state of Indiana. And despite him being found guilty on 4 counts of murder, his attorneys continue to push for a new trial because they're still upset that the defense they wanted to use in the trial, the Odinism and
the death cult angle.
The judge did not allow them to use that in court. So if you're going to offer a proper defense and you feel like, hey, I know you guys said we can't do this, but we really believe this wasn't Richard Allen. It was some sort of cult.
Yeah.
I understand where the attorneys are coming from.
I think I may agree with you on that one. Provide a defense.
Correct.
Lay it out, but they weren't able to even introduce that. So, somebody tell me on the chat or at Hammer and Nigel on social media how his attorneys are getting paid. I feel like somebody explained that to us once, but there's no way. He was working at a CVS, for God's sake.
Right.
They arrested him.
Certainly not a wealthy man.
How are they getting paid? I mean, I'm sure they have other clients. Is it pro bono? I always hear pro bono in the movies, like in legal movies.
I mean, would it be the worst thing in the world if it were pro bono? Because think of all the exposure that these attorneys, was it Rozzi and Baldwin, got?
Yeah. Good point. Sure. But their client got found guilty, and they weren't able to introduce the evidence they wanted.
The trial itself,
and then
though,
there was a lot of leaks.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not a lot, but for God's sake, they leaked the murder scene. They didn't, but the murder scene photos were leaked out of their office.
Correct. Journalists, podcasters got gruesome crime scene pictures of Abby and Libby. But the trial itself, and again, of all the goofy things we have done on this program for 8 years, the people that bring you such segments as how have you injured your crotch and lewd nude dude in the news, when we were having the Delphi recaps every single day, where we had our newsroom folks in here, Guy Relford was here every single day taking the side of like what a defense attorney would say.
Yeah.
Almost having mock trials, mock closing arguments. I thought that was fascinating. But I've spoken with a lot of law enforcement, and it sounds like the information we were getting from outside the court wasn't exactly what was happening on the inside of the court.
Yeah, there's a different tone and tenor in terms of attitude and but just a general feeling between the jurors and Richard Allen, and looks and certain, just stuff you can't really even describe.
Folks that were inside the courtroom said, yeah, we all thought he was going to be found guilty. But because we had to rely on a pool of reporters from various stations, and we were getting updates that way because the judge all of a sudden decided she didn't want to have cameras in the courtroom, we were under the impression that, hell, this thing could go either way. And there's a lot of doubt, and there are clouds over this thing.
Yep.
Reasonable doubt, the two words that we were looking for. That's what I took from the pool reporting.
None, according to the jury. No shred of doubt, according to the jury. Or else he'd be free right now.
Some more legal stuff here. The FBI has made an arrest on the January 6th pipe bomb. 5 years later, Nige.
About time.
They finally made an arrest. This was the guy accused of planting pipe bombs near the Capitol the day before, January 6th, 2021. And he has been arrested in Virginia. Feds are going through his house. Seems like he's a pro-anarchy guy. The pipe bombs, if you remember, were near the Republican Democratic National Committee headquarters. And there were multiple pipe bombs out there. And with all of the investigation and all of the money spent into January 6th, locking up grandmas and going after the guy with the Viking helmet, you would have thought maybe, just maybe, we would have found the guy doing pipe bombs a little sooner.
Turns out it's a little easier to put a grandma from Greenfield in jail for parading than it is to find the guy with the pipe bombs.
Right.
I didn't get that exactly right, but you know what I mean.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
There was people from Indiana there that were charged with parading.
If you farted near the Capitol on January 6th, Biden administration wanted to put you in Guantanamo and throw away the key, but yet somebody's out here doing pipe bombs, and they've got him on video. It's not like this is hearsay. We've seen the grainy video of the suspect finally brought to justice here.
I don't think we know much more than what we've relayed. I don't have a name.
Fox broke the name earlier. I'm not going to say the guy's name because that's probably what he wants.
Yeah.
Fox has the name, but
I just my point in saying that is like I want to know more about this guy and who he was and what his background is.
Can we also do that with the Trump assassin? Can we take that same philosophy and apply it to the Trump attempted assassination attempt?
Vegas. Yeah.
Vegas shooting.
Vegas shooting.
A lot of them. All right, Nigel, I'm going to defer to you on this one here. Were you a big Scott Weiland guy? You're the rock person on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. No question. I mean, Core, the Stone Temple Pilots' first album came out around the time I was coming up in rock radio. One of my favorite rock albums of all time. And Scott Weiland is the lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots. And not only, it's funny, I saw this on social media the other day. Scott Weiland, not only an incredible performer on stage, just a presence like no other, but he had a presence when he was being interviewed by late night talk show hosts. I saw a great interview he did. I think it was with Conan or somebody like that. That he held his own. Usually these rock stars, they can do one or the other. They can go out and perform and just be a total dud when they go into the late night talk show circuit. But he was a very charming guy. I'm very fortunate to have seen him when he played with Velvet Revolver / Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses.
He was kind of a diverse dude. Like, I've seen him on late night talk shows, like you bring up, doing Christmas songs, like as a crooner.
Yes.
It wasn't just the grunge stuff.
Exactly, but very personable. And so I never got to see Stone Temple Pilots, but I am very fortunate to have seen him live with Velvet Revolver at Stubbs in Austin.
Yesterday was the 10-year anniversary of his death.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yep.
And a
drug OD.
And you know how I feel about these things. A previously unreleased solo track from Scott Weiland was posted on social media to remember him on the 10-year anniversary of his death.
Oh, boy.
It's called If I Could Fly. Here's a little part.
Hang around those lying silly games. Hang around where they don't know your name. If I could fly,
anything?
I mean, the chorus is okay, I guess. This song would have been out 20 years if it was worth a damn, though.
Correct.
They released these songs because they weren't good enough to put on an album.
That's what I always say.
When they were making the album.
Whether it's Tupac, whether it's Prince, whether it's Michael Jackson, they always put out stuff they found in the vault. Well, the reason why it was in the vault, the artist didn't think that it was any good. He would have made money on it and released it had he thought it was any good. And I feel like kind of a bastard here because, we're kind of talking about the 10-year mark of his death going, that song sucks.
No, but it's the truth. I think they just did this as a tribute, almost.
Okay.
Which is fine.
So we got 1 minute left here. I'm going to defer to you, Mr. Alternative Rock Music, Mr. Rock DJ. Give me the Mount Rushmore.
You know I worked at X103.
We're well aware, and I tried not to mention that, just like I tried not to mention the terrorist that got arrested. Give me the Mount Rushmore of grunge bands.
Well, I mean, I think Nirvana is on top, but that whole era of Nirvana and Alice in Chains and Stone Temple Pilots and
I need four, a ranking of four.
Pearl Jam.
1 through 4.
I got to rank them. Oh, man, Pearl Jam probably.
Pearl Jam.
Nirvana. Those are interchangeable, man. I don't know. Alice in Chains and Stone Temple Pilots. Those are mine.
No Soundgarden.
God bless it. I forgot about Soundgarden.
X103, my ass. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
So if you go to facebook.com/Chimney Solutions Indiana and scroll down a few posts, you can see the before and after photos of our old, dirty, unused fireplace Chimney Solutions of Indiana worked a miracle and fixed it up for us. So that when we went to their showroom on Lafayette and 86th Street, gave us a bunch of different options and ended up going with the fireplace insert, and it looks phenomenal. If you've got a fireplace and it's never worked and you want to get it fired up for the holiday season, chimneyindy.com. It's chimneyindy.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, the new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
The holidays are the most wonderful time of the year. And let's be honest, between travel, to-do lists, and year-end everything, it can get overwhelming. Now add retirement planning to the mix? Not a chance. Here's the good news. Retirement planning doesn't have to be stressful. At Howard Bailey Financial, our team simplifies the process, listens to your goals, and helps you take your next retirement steps with more confidence. So while you're wrapping gifts and planning get-togethers, let Howard Bailey Financial help you wrap up your retirement plan. Get started today by texting WRAP to 888-494-5004 to download your free retirement toolkit. That's WRAP to 888-494-5004. Because financial confidence doesn't just belong under the tree, it belongs in your future. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. See disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Hi, it's Denny Smith, and when temps are dropping, it means your water heaters, softeners, and even those old pipes are under stress. Fall's the time when rain hits, the ground shifts, and tree roots start tearing into those old clay or PVC lines. LD Smith Plumbing can handle it all. Water heaters, softeners, leaks, even gas line inspections before you fire up that furnace or fireplace. And don't forget those hoses, hose bibs, and crawl space vents before the freeze hits. Call my friends at LD Smith Plumbing, the local pros I trust, or just head to ldsmithplumbing.com today.
The cold weather has made it to Indiana, and you've noticed that your HVAC system can't keep up. But which way should you go? What system do you need? What size do you need? What's going to work for you and your family? You need Masters Heating and Cooling. If you're tired of HVAC and plumbing companies with confusing offers, Masters keeps it simple. Get a full second opinion from one of their Master Comfort Advisors completely free, so you can make your next home decision with confidence and peace of mind. That's a free second opinion, along with fantastic opportunities to get a perfect HVAC system tailored for you and your home. How about 0% financing for up to 60 months with a qualified system, or $1,000 off a full system replacement? Talk to Masters Heating and Cooling to get all the details. Call Masters Heating and Cooling today. 317-881-9074. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-881-9074. Masters Heating and Cooling. 881-9074, or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com.
It's B Windows' biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off, plus no interest, no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com.
Trust me. Come in to Exercise Inc. for a free consultation in the month of December and get 2 free sessions. Exercise Inc. 5 locations. Visit exerciseinc.com.
She's too special for just an average gift. See Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy colored diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. Listen to Hammer and Nigel all this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Lynyrd Skynyrd and Foreigner with Six Gun Sally, Friday, August 7th at Ruoff Music Center.
Oh, this is exciting, Nige. We talked about our virtual Salvation Army kettles that are posted online now, raising money for Hoosier families in need. We're competing against Rob Kendall. We just want to beat the brakes off that snot-nosed little weasel. And somebody's already donated $20 and left a comment I hate Rob Kendall. So we're off, baby. We are fishing with dynamite right now.
Come on.
Remember, if you hate Rob Kendall, put your money in the Hammer and Nigel Show virtual kettle for the Salvation Army. It's a little competition we got. Matt Bear.
West side northbound 465 is closed at Sam Jones Expressway because of a semi-fire. Traffic is stopped past Kentucky Avenue. And because of the closure, eastbound 70 coming from the airport is stopped after the airport collector to the I-70 465 interchange. And the entrance ramp from westbound 72 northbound 465 closed as well because of that semi-fire. Northbound 65 stops from South Keystone into the South Split, and eastbound 70 a mess with rerouting drivers. 8-minute delay from Tibbs to the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
26 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Coming up in about 35 minutes from right now, Governor Mike Braun will be in studio with us.
We got a loaded show today, man.
We do. Like, I'm not one to toot our own horn here, but we've got the governor. We've got the probably most popular senator, Senator Jim Banks, calling into our show. I want to talk about blowing up drug boats. I think we probably have the same opinion on that. And a very popular, outspoken Indiana State rep, Andrew Ireland, will be calling us, I believe, from the Indiana State House right around 5:20. I guess there's a lot of amendments trying to be thrown around with the congressional maps, but I kind of want to talk to him about his idea of impeaching piece of crap judges and prosecutors. So we've got that, and if that's not enough, that no good rotten weasel Rob Kendall will be off the rails with us at 5:33.
Right on.
So put your big boy pants on, kids. Name me another local talk show that's bringing you all this and poop jokes. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Women, yeah, you live longer than men. It's just a fact, often by many years. And this has some financial implications for women. They run a greater risk of running out of money in retirement, and that's why it's critical, ladies, you have the right strategy to file for Social Security. Now, the biggest mistake isn't choosing the wrong age, right? It's not understanding how Social Security impacts their IRAs, their 401k withdrawals, the taxes, and even their Medicare premiums. That's why you need Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Discover how you could get the absolute most out of your benefits. Let your benefits work for you. Set up that free Social Security analysis with Bill Demery right now. Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. Set up that free appointment. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120 or visit yourretirementguy.com.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
This holiday season, make your home magical with Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden. From sparkling Christmas trees to glowing holiday decorations and show-stopping fresh greenery and trees for inside and out, Sundown and Miss M's has everything you need to turn your home into a winter wonderland. Visit them for wonderful Christmas gifts, delectable chocolates, live trees, wreaths, and more. Come in, get inspired, and let the holiday spirit ring. Sundown Gardens, 186th and Spring Mill in Westfield. Miss M's on 135 in Barkersville.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. That's 800-917-8730.
Hey, Black Friday's come early to Tom Roush Lincoln with our 999 deal. $9,000 off a new Lincoln Corsair, $9,000 off a new Lincoln Nautilus, or $9,000 off a new Lincoln Aviator. Your choice of any of these great luxury cars, $9,000 off. So get those Black Friday deals all month long at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Corsair stock number L25277, MSRP 5220. Nautilus stock number L25270, MSRP 57235. Aviator stock number L25246, MSRP 65165. Offer good through 12/31/25.
Come in to Exercise Inc. for a free consultation in the month of December and get 2 free sessions. Exercise Inc. 5 locations. Visit exerciseinc.com.
Through their service, veterans have our backs. Now we should have theirs. Learn more at GotYour6.org.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News. 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
Accountability begins now. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. That message from federal investigators now that a suspect is in custody nearly 5 years after surveillance footage showed someone planting pipe bombs near Democrat and Republican Party headquarters in D.C. 30-year-old Braun Jr. of Woodbridge, Virginia, arrested earlier today.
While being careful not to compromise the ongoing investigation, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi said examining an abundance of evidence led to Cole, who even after nearly 5 years was close by.
This defendant was living just miles away from here in Virginia.
Cole's charges include transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce and attempted malicious destruction using explosive materials. More charges may follow.
Fox's Gernal Scott, the bombs did not explode. They were found on the day of the Capitol riot in 2021 and planted the night before. Protesters demanding ice-free zones in New Orleans now that a federal immigration enforcement operation is underway.
New Orleans City Council attempted to hold their public meeting this afternoon. That was disrupted by protesters who interrupted and shouted until ultimately they forced the council members to cancel the open comment period of the public meeting. One protester was carried out.
Shame on you! He's a peaceful protester! Shame! You know it's shameful!
This comes a day after Border Patrol agents from the highly visible El Centro sector showed up in New Orleans. They started in a Home Depot parking lot looking to pick up illegals searching for day labor, and agents ultimately transitioned to a foot patrol through the French Quarter.
Fox's Mike Tobin. President Trump says he's confident 2 African leaders will move forward with a peace deal signed today in Washington.
Today we commit to stopping decades of violence and bloodshed and to begin a new era of harmony and cooperation between the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda.
Though flare-ups of fighting continue, the president says the agreement sets up a framework for economic cooperation. The Dow down 31. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A night where you might want to wear several layers of clothing. It's sunny, but just 28 degrees on Monument Circle right now. All clear on your radar, though. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:02. The really cold air moves in this evening across Indiana under clear skies with some light wind. But Mike Ryan from the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says
the fact that we've got snow on the ground over most of the area, we are expecting temperatures to fall down into the single digits, particularly Interstate 70 corridor and points north. Be a touch warmer in the lower to mid-teens as you go south.
Ryan also says spots like Lafayette and Kokomo could drop near zero, with wind chills dipping between 0 and -5. On the west side, there's been a fuel spill and a report of a semi on fire at Sam Jones Expressway. Matt Baer will have more on this coming up in a moment with traffic. Indiana lawmakers are considering a proposal to allow executions by firing squad if lethal injection drugs are not available. Ryan Hedrick reports.
Senator Mike Young, a Republican in Indianapolis, introduced a bill that would let the state use a 5-person firing squad if lethal injection isn't available. 4 shooters would fire blanks and then 1 would fire a live round, but nobody would know who has it. Their identities would stay secret and they'd be protected from legal issues. Right now, Indiana only uses lethal injection, but getting drugs can be expensive and difficult. Ryan Hedrick, Network Indiana.
It's not your average couriers. Jarrett Lewis has the story on who briefly became Amazon delivery drivers in Fishers on Wednesday.
A person in a much different uniform being the one to surprise some folks in Fishers who were waiting on their package to be delivered at their doorstep. It was a few officers with the Fishers Police Department who decided to complete the route after they arrested the Amazon delivery driver. Fishers police said the driver refused to pull over when an officer was trying to conduct a traffic stop. They drove off, crashed the vehicle, and then tried to run away from officers before they were caught and cuffed. Jarrett Lewis, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
And Indiana Hoosier quarterback Fernando Mendoza has been named both the Big Ten quarterback and the Offensive Player of the Year. He has 32 touchdowns and just 5 interceptions this season. His 12-0 Hoosiers will play the 12-0 Ohio State Buckeyes Saturday night in the Big Ten championship game at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. It's 4:04, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Galaxy Concrete Coating is proud to support the Salvation Army Radiothon through My Virtual Red Kettle. Hey, it's Casey Daniels. Now through December 13th, they'll match your contribution up to $1,000. That's double the impact to make someone's life a little better. Visit WIBC.com and look for Casey's Virtual Red Kettle. And while you're at it, check out Galaxy Concrete Coatings. They can transform your home. Say goodbye to crack-stained floors and hello to durable, stunning surfaces that last. Their cutting-edge technology ensures a beautiful finish every time. You get to pick out the color. Upgrade your home today with Galaxy Concrete Coatings. They're for garage floors, driveways, pool decks, and patios. Call for your free estimate at 877-417-0635. This Christmas time, make a difference and upgrade your space with Galaxy Concrete Coatings. They're creating stronger floors and stronger communities. Find them online at galaxyconcretecoatings.com. Galaxy Concrete Coatings, a proud sponsor of WIBC's Radiothon for the Salvation Army.
WIBC traffic at 4:05. Here's Matt Baer.
Yeah, West Side John, northbound 465 closed to Sam Jones Expressway because of a semi-fire cleanup in progress, and traffic is stopped to Kentucky Avenue. This is also stopped eastbound 70 heading towards Indianapolis in 2 spots, once after the airport ramps for about 2 miles and again approaching I-465. Because of the closure, we have rubbernecking on the west side, southbound 465 stop-and-go traffic before Crawfordsville Road down to Sam Jones Expressway, rerouting traffic on eastbound 70, so it's jammed. Tibbs Avenue into Meridian, Illinois. Southbound 6570 stopped because of construction from the north split to the south split. And on the east side, southbound 465, that's a crash blocking 2 left lanes before I-70. We are stopped to East 56. Traffic sponsored by 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. Winter temps are here. Get your heating tune-up with 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. They will have your system ready for these chilly nights with 24/7 availability. Book at onehourairindy.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Near record lows possible tonight as we fall to around 10 degrees. Record low tonight in Indy is 8 from 1886. And then we'll try to rebound to the low 30s for our Friday with a mix of sun and clouds. I'm Wish TV, Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
About a little good news hammer to start out this segment, right? Ready?
Let's do it.
New unemployment claims were filed by the fewest Americans in over 3 years last week. Far fewer than economists had been expecting. Turns out when you threaten to take away those SNAP benefits, oh, crap, better get off my ass. Start filling out some applications.
There's an old quote by former IU coach Bob Knight that the biggest motivator is the bench. the bench is the biggest motivator. But I think when it comes to the lazy community, the biggest motivator is them fearing that they're not going to get their, quote, free money for their bags of Cheetos. So I guess they better go out and find work like everybody else.
So and look, there are people that need it, and there are people that absolutely benefit from it. I've taken unemployment before, but I didn't.
It wasn't like your lifestyle. Like you didn't choose to just not go find a job.
It was only a few $100 a week. I really didn't get it. I didn't understand. It was very convoluted and very cumbersome when trying to do that through the website. And that happened in 2013, maybe.
Sure.
I
mean, everybody goes through a stretch where you get fired or you're down on your luck. I get that. But there are some people, and let's not act like this isn't happening, that are just fat, lazy pieces of crap that refuse to go look for a job.
I applied in 2013. I applied at Lowe's in Whitestown. I never got a call back. You and I had been doing the podcast for a while, right? 2013, right. That's around that time.
We were doing podcast stuff long before it was cool.
So it wasn't like I was out there, taking advantage of the system. I was actively, I don't care. I would have worked anywhere.
Right.
Just to even help the wife out a little bit. She had a job too. We're dual income, but we have kids, but never got a call back from Lowe's.
Well, I think it worked out for you.
That's fine, but I'm still a little salty at Lowe's. Like, I couldn't have gone back. I had logistics, a background. I couldn't have gone and just, hopped on a forklift in the warehouse out back. No. It was during Christmas, for God's sake.
Kick rocks, kid. We'll keep your information on file. We've all heard that before, right? But no, this is good news.
Yeah.
191,000 initial claims for unemployment benefits in the week that included Thanksgiving. The Department of Labor and Economics had forecasted 225,000. So they thought it'd be 225,000. It was 191. That's good. That's good news. Last night on CNN, this was on Jake Tapper's program. He had Ilhan Omar on. And
she's a wonderful person.
She was brought in to talk about all the fraud that's going on with the Somali funding in the greater Minnesota area. So Jake Tapper, in a rare moment of journalism, asks right to her face how this fraud got so out of control.
Can you shed any light on why the fraud got so out of control in Minnesota?
I think what happened is that, when you have these kind of new programs that are designed to help people, you're oftentimes relying on third parties to be able to facilitate. And I just think that a lot of the COVID programs that were set up, they were set up so quickly that a lot of the guardrails did not get created.
What? Anybody understand that word salad, nonsensical bullcrap that came out of Ilhan Omar's mouth right there? Like, she was just finding words left and right and throwing them out there. Kamala Harris thought that was a word salad. Like, in my mind, Nige, this is exactly what it sounded like.
Okay.
Can you shed any light on why the fraud got so out of control in Minnesota?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so.
It's the same answer.
Because
this answer makes more sense.
People out there in our nation don't have maps.
Sure.
And I believe that our education, such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere such as. I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future.
I actually understand Jake Tapper's question. I have the answer to Jake Tapper's question now after hearing her.
So
Ilhan
choose your
Omar?
fighter, Ilhan Omar or Miss Teen South Carolina from about a decade ago.
Please, Miss Teen. Yeah. Much more coherent.
According to a new survey, 18% of adults made New Year's resolutions in 2025. And of the 18%, only about 9% kept their resolution. So my question to you, are you a resolution guy? Are you one of these new year, new me people? Do you set any goals or anything like that?
No, not really. I mean, look, I've lost a significant amount of weight. I was at my heaviest in 2024. I'm down to about 215, 214. You are down as well. I think that was probably the biggest thing.
Yes.
That was the biggest thing for me. And then my numbers in terms of cholesterol and blood pressure are down. So like that kind of old guy stuff, the guys in their late 40s kind of thing. I did have a significant thing in 2025 where I was consciously going to make an effort to improve those numbers, which, you know, through weight loss medication, through maybe tamping down the imbibing just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You became more of a binge drinker as opposed to an all-the-time raging alcoholic.
I don't know if there's a difference there. But I see what you're saying, yes.
For me, it's the same thing. It's the weight loss. It's the health. There are some career goals that, you know, I keep to myself, ways I want to grow this show, ways I want to grow the brand. But then I set some realistic ones. Like, I want to drink more beer. Like, I want to have more shots at work.
So the opposite of what...
Right. I want to make sure that I feel good about myself at the end of the year if I've attained something. So I set a little bit of low-hanging fruit.
Sure.
Right there.
Sure. Tony writes in at Hammer and Nigel. What's our email account?
Hammer and Nigel at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel, WIBC.com. Tony just wrote in, my resolution was to lose 10 pounds, only 15 more to go.
Keep at it, my friend. Dreams can come true.
Good luck, Tony.
Well, for those who have set the goal of drinking more,
yes,
Nigel, you need a reason to drink tonight.
Sure, it's Thursday, best day of the week.
Happy 56th birthday to rapper Jay-Z. Jay-Z is 56.
Okay.
So we're going to play a little game here. I've got a 7-song Jay-Z montage. Producer Allison, I've set the over-under at 4.5 Jay-Z songs that I think you've heard of. 4.5 out of a 7-song montage. Now, you're more of a pop and country music gal, but these are popular Jay-Z songs. So, Nige, over-under.
Over. So 5.
Okay. It's honor system as always. Allison, if you've heard of it, let us know, okay?
All right.
Here we go.
Yes.
1 for 1.
99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me. H to the Izzo, B to the Izzo.
Yes.
2.
My Dizzle used to dribble down at VA.
Yes.
3 for 3.
I'm gonna get it. Allison, don't let me.
I could trip a referee.
Yes.
Tell by my attitude.
4.
I've never heard this one.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
1 more and we cash. Come on, Allison.
We doing big time, baby, spending cheese. Check them out now.
No.
Oh, no, I've heard of this one.
Yo, can I get a what to these chickens from all
Yes.
of my dogs?
5. There we go. One more, just for sport.
Can I get an encore?
Yes.
You want more? Cook and roll with the
Little remix with Linkin Park.
Oh, yeah.
I need y'all to
All right. Good job, Allison.
Not too bad.
Proud of
Not
you,
too
man.
bad.
Not too bad at all. Matt Bear, how are the roads looking?
Bad on the west side. Hammer in big trouble here. Northbound 465 closed at Sam Jones Expressway because of a semi-fire. This has traffic stopped to Man Road. Eastbound 70 stopped going towards Indianapolis from the airport. Stopped from the airport collector for about 2.5 miles. A crash reported in that area. Also on the west side, southbound 465 stop and go from West 38th Street all the way to Sam Jones Expressway. Some rubbernecking there. Eastbound 72 downtown stop and go traffic traffic from Sam Jones to Holton again. Tibbs Avenue into the south split. Northbound 65 stop from Keystone Avenue into the south split. And southbound 465 on the east side crash before 70. 2 left lanes blocked. Traffic stopped to East 56. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield brings whole health to Brookside 54 with a food pantry, nutrition tips, and a new fitness space for teachers through Impact Fitness Foundation. Learn more at anthem.com/indy/community. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
2 different people on the YouTube chat. I thought the first 4 were all the same song.
The Jay-Z montage?
No, not the same song. Right now, some sunshine on Monument Circle, 25 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Governor Mike Braun will be in here in about 15 minutes, but up next, Is This Anything?
Now, the weight loss medication I'm taking over at Premier Weight Loss is not a compound. I went with some other guys using the compounded semaglutide that would cause nausea. Not anymore, not with this product, and it's helped me curb my cravings. It's helped me drop pounds, and I've actually built muscle. I haven't lost any muscle with Premier Weight Loss. Just had my first 6-week check-in with Premier Weight Loss. Everything looks great. Visceral fat is down. Total professional and relaxing atmosphere, a one-on-one specialist that's going to tailor a unique and specific plan for you and your weight loss journey.
Very cool special happening this month. If somebody becomes a member of Premier Weight Loss in the first 10 days of this month, and you mention the Hammer and NIgel show, you'll be entered to win 2 lower-level tickets to the Monday Night Football game between the Colts and the 49ers. Premier Weight Loss ND, man, it's helped me lose 11 pounds in 1 month. These guys are legit. PWLND.com.
Press 1 for balances. Press 2 for deposits. Press 3 to scream into the void.
We get it. These days, it's all phone menus and chatbots. But business banking doesn't have to be that way. Bank with Horizon and discover the power of real AI, advisor intelligence. Real people who answer calls, know your business, and go above and beyond to help you succeed. Get started today at horizonbank.com/businessai. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
It's not just cancer care, it's the complete care you get at Hendricks.
And you can feel that spirit of excellence, trying to do what's best from a medical standpoint, but also trying to affect the patient and their family as you would a family member.
Hendricks Care is trying to meet the patient where they are. You know your body better than anyone else.
Do the cancer screening early.
An ounce of prevention versus a pound of cure.
Learn about health screenings at hendricks.org/cancer.
Jeff Saturday on Teamwork.
Hey, I know a little something about the value of teamwork. So when I found my name on IndianaUnclaimed.gov, you can bet I checked some teammates' names as well. And I found them, lots of them, including a Hall of Famer and another with his own TV show. Look out for your own team and go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov and see if your name's on the list. Trust me, Indiana Unclaimed wants you to reunite you with your hard-earned money. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov today.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. By the time this ad ends, Washington will have burned through millions of your dollars. That's not how we do things in Indiana. I'm Congressman Jefferson Shreve, bringing Hoosier common sense to Washington. I passed legislation to cut waste, save taxpayers millions, and deliver real tax relief for workers and families. Less waste, more money in your pocket.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
1 second I'm on my bike, next second I see this car coming at me. And
I broke my left ankle in 3 places.
I decided to call Hensley.
I realized Hensley was impressive first time I spoke with my attorney.
They just kind of took that burden off my back.
It happens. Hire Hensley.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
And we're brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, presented by the Attorney General's Office here in Indiana. The Attorney General's Office reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free to search at indianaunclaimed.gov.
Is this anything? In this day and age of everybody having cameras on their house, Ring doorbells, Blink systems, video surveillance everywhere, kind of hard to get away with this these days. A DoorDash driver in Florida dropped a chicken wing on the street, picked it up, put it back in the box, licked his fingers, and it was all caught on camera. Here's the homeowner, Trina, talking about what happened.
She said, Mom, all he had to do was knock on the door and say, hey, it was really one boneless wing out of 12 that dropped on the ground. I dropped this, just wanted to let you know, if he can't deliver food with due care, then maybe there's something else out there for him to do. Secondly, on DoorDash's behalf, I'm not really sure what the training is, but maybe it's time to bring the drivers in or require them to have some type of training.
3 words. 5-second rule.
Boom.
Lady, so you got a chicken tender that had been previously dropped on your concrete driveway. Sorry about it. Now, I'd be pissed off about that too if I caught that on camera. And I would have appreciated honesty from the driver. Look, one of these dropped on the ground. I just kicked it to the side. I don't know that I would have put it back in there. I will say, working at Burger King at the age of 16, at a very tender age, we had like specialty items sometimes that would come around, like a fried shrimp that was only available for a limited time, and you were only allowed to put so many in the deep fryer at a time, and I accidentally dropped one on the floor for an order, and I picked it right back up and put it right in the basket.
How long was it on the floor?
Less than 5 seconds.
I'll allow it. 5-second rule. I don't make the rules. I just abide by society.
Awful, greasy, dirty. I mean, it's just the nature of the business in fast food there in the kitchen.
True. But let's say you drop it in the driveway, but there's some dog poop nearby.
Yeah.
Then I'm not abiding by the 5-second rule.
Okay.
Like poop overrides the 5-second rule.
Dude, I would like skim off the top of those chicken tenders in Burger King all the time. Like somebody orders a round of chicken tenders, you're only supposed to put like 8 or 9 in the deep fryer. I'd go 10 or 11 and set a couple off to the side.
Okay.
Oh, I was laundering chicken tenders.
Burger King. You're like a mafia guy laundering inside the Burger King.
Skimming off the top.
Did you ever give somebody more chicken tenders than you were supposed to? Almost like,
no.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I think I've told this story before. Somebody came through and ordered a Whopper Junior extra pickles, and I just took my hand and just loaded it up with pickles and slammed it on that Whopper Junior like it was a joke. Like I think they only wanted like 4 or 5. I had a fistful of pickles.
Did they complain?
Nope. They got what they wanted.
They just quietly put you on a people to kill list and went on with their day. Is this anything? A New Zealand TV reporter was wrapping up a shot when a bird flew into her face.
Oh, no.
Take a listen.
Wardrobe is going to be short-lived. Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Straight into you.
My eye.
Your eye?
Yeah.
You're bleeding.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Somehow I think this bird survived the run-in with the reporter, unlike Randy Johnson several years ago when he was in the middle of the Major League Baseball game, right?
I love the fact that Allison had never seen the Randy Johnson bird video up until like a couple of months ago. Like she was looking at us like, what are you talking about? And we made her watch it. Do you remember this?
Yeah, and I thought it was AI at first. It was so funny. I've never seen that.
I mean, that bird disintegrated. It wasn't like the ball hit the bird. And
no, it was like a poof.
Poof. Just
gone.
Feathers up there. It was like a magician had just done a trick. That bird was gone, man.
This bird, very lucky that didn't happen.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. If you're living with a chronic condition like diabetes, chronic heart failure, or a cardiovascular disorder, you might count on extra support with your health care, too. That's why United Healthcare offers chronic special needs plans with extra benefits and a large provider network to choose from. Visit uhc.com/Medicare to find out if you qualify today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on. Provider network may vary in local market.
Only person I'd trust to sell my home and to find me a new one is local real estate expert Mark Dietl. Here's what happened with Troy in Connorsville. He considered himself a real estate challenge. Wanted to sell his house over market value, but buy a home near his favorite hunting area with land and no HOA close to anywhere near where he lives. I don't blame him. Miraculously, the Mark Dietl team did it all. They found the perfect new home at a great price and sold his current home in 10 days for $10,000 over list.
Mark Dietl guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Nobody does it better than Mark Dietl. Contact him today, 317-755-4232. 755-4232, or go to markdietl.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietl.com.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Trouble on Indy's west side. Right now, it's mostly sunny and 27 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending. A semi on fire on northbound I-465. That area closed at Sam Jones Expressway because of that fire. There's also been a fuel spill reported. Matt Baer will have more on this coming up in traffic in a moment. A 31-year-old man named McLean Mert has been charged with murder and armed robbery. He's the man accused of shooting and killing Justin Burton of Noblesville. Those charges were filed today. The shooting happened this Monday morning at 2:45 at Britain Tavern, which is near State Road 37 and East 141st Street. The Department of Justice says the arrest of the D.C. pipe bomb suspect was the result of years of work pouring in over loads of evidence. Here's Fox's Gernal Scott.
Today begins the formal process of accountability.
D.C. U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro said that's what awaits Brian Cole, who allegedly placed pipe bombs at the headquarters of both political parties in 2021. While being careful not to compromise the ongoing investigation, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi said examining an abundance of evidence led to Cole, who even after nearly 5 years was close by.
This defendant was living just miles away from here in Virginia.
Cole's charges include transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce and attempted malicious destruction using explosive materials. More charges may follow. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Forecasters at the National Weather Service say a polar blast of freezing air from Canada has plunged into the U.S., potentially breaking dozens of daily record low temperatures from the plains to the northeast. You'll have bitterly cold temperatures this evening all across Indiana. And a baby was delivered in a truck stop parking lot this morning with the help of a Gibson County Sheriff's deputy. The couple, Caleb Bear and Miranda McCoy, were on their way to the hospital preparing for the arrival of their child, but McCoy went into labor in the parking lot, and the sheriff's deputy named Levi Sims was there to assist. And your closing bell report on 93 WIBC. The Dow finished the day down almost 32 points to 47,850, but the S&P 500 finished the day up 7 points to 6857. The NASDAQ closed the day up ahead 51 points to 23,505. It's 4:33. You got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Planning on inviting friends and family over this winter? Whether you're hosting a holiday celebration or a New Year's Eve party, you know all about the hustle to get the house looking perfect. But there's one thing you can't fix on your own: the sticking windows and doors, drywall cracks, uneven floors, or mold and mildew smells. Things that stand out. Indiana Foundation Service knows that all of these signs point to major damage building up in your foundation, crawl space, or basement, and it'll only get worse over time. Don't worry. With a free foundation inspection from Indiana Foundation Service, the team's experts will identify your home's issue at the source. You'll want to get ahead of these problems sooner rather than later. Visit IndianaFoundation.com today to book your free inspection with a no-obligation quote included. That's IndianaFoundation.com. Indiana Foundation Service. There's a reason they are the trusted local experts.
Indiana Foundation Service. Reliability from the ground up.
WIBC traffic right now. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, on the west side, northbound 465 closed before Washington Street because of a semi-fire. The fire is out. Cleanup continues. Traffic being diverted at Sam Jones Expressway. We are stopped back past Man Road exit there, or a little bit earlier to avoid the stop traffic. Eastbound 70 coming in from the airport. Now stop and go from the airport collector ramp to 465 because of that fire enclosure. Eastbound 70 full of rerouting traffic right now. Stopped to stop and go from Tibbs Avenue into the South Split. This also has made northbound 65 stop before Keystone Avenue into the South Split. Inbound 70 stop and go rural to the North Split, and crash clear on the east side on southbound 465 before 70 still jammed from 70 to Washington. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. She's too special for just an average gift. To see Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy color diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Near record lows possible tonight as we fall to around 10 degrees. Record low tonight in Indy is 8 from 1886. And then we'll try to rebound to the low 30s for our Friday with a mix of sun and clouds. I'm Wish TV, Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Oh, yeah!
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hello, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
He's been kind enough to join us every couple of weeks, at least once a month, here on the Hammer and Nigel Show this entire year.
We need to come up with a name for this segment. Like Beers with Braun?
Maybe.
Is that right?
Perhaps.
You know.
Governor Mike Braun joins us in studio, and I know time is limited here, so let's dive right into it. What are your staff members hearing about the changing of the congressional maps? Since the last time you joined us in studio, the Senate Pro Tem, Rod Bray, has done a 180, and now he's bringing the Senate back. A lot of people have different theories as to why. What are you hearing?
So I think his reason is still not known, but I think the big impetus there was when the House said they had the votes, and they're coming back, and they're going to do fair maps. And I think at that point, he probably knew too. We'll see tomorrow what the margin is, but we're expecting a pretty overwhelming vote there in the House, and they've worked closely together over the years. And I think that the House and Speaker Houston have just been more in touch with our own Republican voters, conservative voters in this state. And I think early on, I think the clock was being worked. A lot of different methods were being used. But I think when it came down to Speaker Houston saying we're coming in, and that then put a different dynamic into it. And then as that has kind of transpired, you've seen it's gone through. It was attempted to be amended many times a day. None of those worked. It was a high percentage of only Democrats, I believe, on those amendments. And tomorrow we'll see. And I think then it puts even more burden on the Senate for the relationship that they have down the road between chambers. And I think once it became public, the reasons for it have been fleshed out more. I get texts all the day. Well, I've seen you on Newsmax, on Fox, on your show, explaining it, why. And then the reason why is that they've done it and now hypocritically are against it and have done it for decades. Yeah. And if you look at the map nationally, I think somehow they think this has to do with our own state. This has nothing to do with our state.
This is a macro.
This is a macro discussion.
Right.
An electoral one.
Yes.
That they do not pull any punches. They have gerrymandered it, like I've said many times on this show, to where they can't do it anymore. And the loud vocal opposition is from Democrats and liberal, moderate independents. So here we are.
Hearing a lot of local reporters from various different media outlets saying that if the Senate were voting right now, today, on December 4th, they would not have the votes. It would be a no right now. Have you heard anything like that? Are you talking to people? Or your staff members talking to people?
I don't think most of the public realized that it was split evenly as of when they took that adjournment vote. It would have been understood, well, that's not even close. But whenever you have half of your caucus for something and half against, it's generally going to be people wanting to do it, leadership digging in on not wanting to do it. And then when you did it outside of the framework of a public discussion, you could hide behind that. So I think that there's been more and more pressure from outside, from within. A large majority of Hoosier Republicans want to do it. And that is clear, and that's gained as we've discussed it and brought it to this culmination.
No guarantee, though, if this passes through the Senate, this all happens, the redrawing of the maps, there's no guarantee that those two seats are going to flip, right? I mean, you know what I mean? Like we're all sitting here high-fiving each other, and all of a sudden, but there's still just no guarantee, is there?
Assuming the Senate does the right thing.
Yes.
And you can look the odds up. It's very high percentage, unless you really have a candidate that didn't make sense. And you get a couple of those dandies now and then. And otherwise, I mean, it's really high.
Okay.
That it would do then what it's done in all the blue states that have almost the same kind of arithmetic. Massachusetts would be the best comparison because we're almost identical. And they've not had a Republican bust through there in a long, long time.
Governor Mike Braun with us in studio here on the Hammer and Nigel show. You can watch it live on the YouTube camera or just turn your radio up here. Either way, we appreciate you. How is your relationship today with the Senate Pro Tem Rod Bray? I feel like the last time we spoke, it wasn't in a great place. Since then, like we talked about, he said, all right, I'm going to bring the Senate back. There are some people that feel like he's doing that because he knows he doesn't have the votes and he thinks it will be something embarrassing onto you. Take me through your relationship.
I think you're probably reading too deeply into that theory. I think here, this is no different than what they did, and I've talked about it before, giving you SB 1, which we were going to have to negotiate probably away from that to get, remember, it passed with 2 Senate votes. So it would have been him and leadership that made that a difficult navigation. If you remember, that took about 3 months. This is almost about the same time frame. Here, I'm surprised that they haven't taken the cue because let's say they don't. This is not the end of it. Do you think the White House is going to just drop the issue when they've come in twice with the vice president twice with phone calls.
Well, you guys have gone there.
Yes. So that doesn't mean it's over or like you can get that off of your agenda. It just then becomes a different type of pursuit, and it's a longer term possibly. And I don't think it'd be a dead issue even in the session when it starts in January. So I think all of that would make you wonder why they die on that hill. Now when there have been more people for it, you're not losing people that were for it in the first place, and we're gaining momentum, and you can see it across a wide spectrum.
One of the positions is I've heard that even Republicans say that we don't want Washington, D.C. pushing us around. Is there an answer to that?
I think that would be from the part of our party that was never really bought into America first and are still hanging on to maybe establishment politics. But look how that worked in 2016. I mean, there were 15 candidates that would have been in that posture, all of them taken out of the political scene. And then you can see what's happened since then. The first term, we got a real dose of really what works, Bidenomics and all of that. Jeez. And obviously, that was such a poor seller. You know, Trump got reelected. And now you've got some of those old rhino Republicans that still are living in that world. That's not the current world of conservative politics. Turning Point's coming in tomorrow, and I'm going to be speaking there. The youngest part.
Tell them that
party,
we're Hoosiers, not Indianaans, though, please, because they made that mistake already.
What's that?
That Turning Point USA put out a tweet, and they said, hey, Indianaans, you need to make sure you're contacting your representatives. Like, we have the same goal. I want 9-0, but you can't call us Indianaans.
We've got probably more chapters per capita of Turning Point groups across our state. That's resonating everywhere. And again, remember, this is a national concern. We're not talking about state and Senate rep and Senate districts. This is part of the Electoral College that we play within.
Well, hell, Virginia's trying to change theirs from like 6-5 to 10-1.
And to me, it's a height of hypocrisy that you're complaining about it when you've done it to the limit and you know you can't go much further. So it's that discussion.
One more thing here before we let you go. We were talking a little bit earlier about the unemployment numbers that were released at a national level. Unemployment was a little lower. People, at a smaller number were filing for benefits. That's a good thing here. How is Indiana doing? As we're in this holiday season, I know money can get tight. End of the year, things can get tight. Jobs compared to wages, inflation, how are we doing?
So Black Friday, you had retail sales up 9% online, 4 to 5% brick and mortar. That's about as good as we've had in recent times. When you look at a state like ours, where the budget austerity, that was based upon tariffs, that's all been dissipated. So our state government is cash flowing much better with real revenues coming in than what the budget indicated it would. And that's because we're doing things already. Like, when it comes to how we incentivize building our economy, we have taken those incentivizing money that we were spending $55,000 per job, yielding a $36 an hour wage. We're spending 1/3 as much, and we bumped that pay up to $41. Those are just a few of the things. So our unemployment rate compared to our peer group Midwestern states is good, and the fact that we're running state government with a lot more efficiency, that'll be the dividend of how we pay for lower taxes down the road. The last 12 years, I don't think there's been much attention to running our own state government like a business would run it. I've got a crew in there now that is doing it, and you're going to see increasing benefits from it. And our economy here in the state is already, in this short period of time since our crew has been here, is spending less and getting more, and has got a strong economy.
We need to get some businesses back in these buildings, though, downtown.
And that's going to be a function of what happens here, because if you don't do better in terms of addressing homelessness, crime on the streets, those leases are not going to be renewed. And I'm going to have conversations with the mayor on those to see how we may be able to work jointly. It is our state capital. I've had a lot of people weigh in, and we've already had that discussion a time or two. So I'm hoping there that they go forward with some plans that they've got out there that they've talked about, put some funding behind it, because if we don't, those leases won't be renewed. Businesses will move outside of the downtown, and we'll have to rely on convention business mostly, which is not as good as businesses down here.
Last thing, I know I promised last thing like 2 questions ago, but seriously, last thing here. On the subject of budget and taxes, I was speaking to some of your staff members yesterday about this. I think there's a lot of Hoosiers that feel like because the big, beautiful bill was passed through and Donald Trump got that through at a national level, everything is in place right now. That's not the case, because a lot of people who have worked overtime are wondering, are they going to have to pay taxes on it? Or, you know, the no tax on tips thing that the president wanted in that big, beautiful bill. That's not happening until a budget session in Indiana, correct?
It would happen then, and states would have to choose to do it. They'd make their own calculations that if that's going to cut back revenues or is it going to stimulate the economy. I'm going to be one that's always trying to take taxes down, do things that would keep more money in our own Hoosiers' pockets, and we will be managing our cash flow in a way that we're going to enhance stuff. Like we just put out, which we didn't talk about, that new mothers can bring their infants in to work, and we're doing that on a trial basis. Earlier this year, I did an executive order that extends paid maternity leave up to 10 to 12 weeks. We're going to be pro-family. We're going to do it, make things easier. Child care is an issue. High health care costs are an issue. And we've talked about probably what many people are complaining about more than anything would be high utility costs. Stay tuned. You're about ready to hear 3 new appointments to the IURC that are going to be ratepayer conscious like it's never been done before there.
Governor Mike Braun with us. Thank you so much for your time. If we don't see you before the holiday, Merry Christmas to you and your family, and we'll talk again soon.
You bet.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture Mattress in Columbus. The year-end clearance sale is here, and before we turn 99 years old, we're slashing prices up to 50% off brands like Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, even Tempur-Pedic floor samples. Rock bottom prices plus interest-free financing, cash discounts, and free delivery within 75 miles of Columbus. Hurry! The lowest prices of 2025 in Monday only at Thompson Furniture Mattress in Columbus.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where a small box with a burgundy bow will help you win the holidays. As an in-house designer, I love creating meaningful, fine jewelry gifts. Choose a necklace with a gorgeous infinity charm to symbolize your everlasting love. Or go for a personalized piece with an engraving, their zodiac sign, favorite color gemstone, or their initial accented with pave diamonds. Because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Stop by or shop now at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. Service today. Today.
It's the season of giving, so why not give yourself something that lasts? Now through December 15th, Financial Center is offering mortgage and refinance rates as low as 5.50% or 5.9% APR, helping you save more for years to come. Financial Center makes things easy with local experts and options for every homeowner. Start now at fcfcu.com/mortgage. That's fcfcu.com/mortgage. Subject to underwriting guidelines. Not all will qualify. Equal opportunity lender. See website for terms and conditions and MLS number 509724.
Jeff Saturday on Teamwork.
Hey, I know a little something about the value of teamwork. So when I found my name on IndianaUnclaimed.gov, you can bet I checked some teammates' names as well. And I found them, lots of them, including a Hall of Famer and another with his own TV show. Look out for your own team and go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov and see if your name's on the list. Trust me, Indiana Unclaimed wants you to reunite you with your hard-earned money. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov today.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joyner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in central Indiana. And the best place to start is JoynerHomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joyner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes, and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joyner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at JoynerHomes.com.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Breathe in the wonder and joy of Christmas, where the extraordinary often shines through the ordinary moments, through kindness, care, and compassion. At Franciscan Health, we provide care rooted in faith, love, and dignity, and believe life is a gift and every moment is extraordinary. So take a breath and give thanks as we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas. Franciscan Health. Love your extraordinary life.
It's B Windows' biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off plus no interest, no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com.
Trust me. Come in to Exercise Inc. for a free consultation in the month of December and get 2 free sessions. Exercise Inc. 5 locations. Visit exerciseinc.com.
See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Casey and the Sunshine Band, live at Old National Center, January 23rd at 7:30 p.m. It's the ultimate throwback party. Get your tickets today at WIBC.com.
All right, Matt Baer, how are we looking?
West side northbound 465 closed to Sam Jones Expressway because of a semi-fire. Eastbound 70 jam because of it from Sam Jones into the south split. An east side crash. Northbound 465 at Penn Pike stop 270. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
25 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. We're loaded in the 5 o'clock hour. We've got Representative Andrew Ireland on the way. We've got Rob Kendall off the rails. But up next, Senator Jim Banks. Listen, I want to talk about blowing up drug dealers on boats. I think we have an agreement on that.
I think so.
We'll talk to the senator next.
Hey, let me tell you a little something about Galaxy Concrete Coatings. My Galaxy Concrete coated garage floor is out of this world. They're doing something awesome right now, too. They're helping out the Salvation Army with our Radiothon, and they are matching donations with my virtual red kettle on our website, WIBC.com. Just look for NIgel, and they're matching donations up to $1,000. I'd really like to be Casey on this because they're doing that same thing for Casey. So we could definitely use your help on my virtual red kettle for the Salvation Army, WIBC.com, and Galaxy Concrete Coating.
Hammer here for my friends at AAA. The holidays are here. It's upon us, and so is winter weather. This year, stay prepared and give everyone on your list the gift of a peace of mind by giving them a AAA membership. As a AAA member, you get roadside assistance 24/7, 365. Flat tire, dead battery, you name it, AAA is there. You also get exclusive travel discounts, hotels, rental cars, and all the cool events happening around the Hoosier State this holiday season. Now through the end of the year, new members can join AAA for just $50 for a 1-year classic membership and add an associate for free. This is a great gift idea. Give someone you care about a AAA membership. Visit AAA.com and use the code HOLIDAY25. That's HOLIDAY25 at AAA.com, or just call 844-GO-AAA-GO or visit your local AAA office. Give the gift of AAA this holiday season. Tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Life is full of changes. Seasons shift from hectic and busy to slow and calm. Yet through all of the seasons of life, our windows remain the same, just as we installed them. No matter how much life changes, with our industry's best warranty, our windows provide you with peace of mind that lasts for years to come. Call now or visit bwindow.com and receive 68% off your next project.
That's Faber's B-Window. Trust me.
This holiday season, give the gift of Indy's most iconic dining experiences. Now through December 31st, Hughes Culinary is offering a 20% bonus gift card with every gift card purchase of $125 or more. That's 20% more to give or keep for yourself.
And gift cards are available at all Hughes Culinary restaurants, St. Elmo Steakhouse, Harry and Izzy's, the HC Tavern and Kitchen, and 1933 Lounge. You can also order online at HughesCulinary.com. Make the season unforgettable with gift cards from Hughes Culinary.
Picture this, you're on a date, and then bad breath happens. Confidence gone. Here's the truth. Most gums and mints are just bad breath Band-Aids, but not Zellman's Minty Mouth. The functional breath freshener you swallow. Tiny dual-action capsules with mint on the outside, parsley seed oil inside, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders, even garlic and onions. It's only available online. Go to Zellmans.com, Zelmins, Zellmans.com, code FRESH for 15% off.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
It's the strongest hearts that remind us to cherish the moments. It's the grandmas who made us sit up straighter, the grandpas who showed us old records, and the parents who were embarrassingly loud at our games. It's those hearts that are anything but ordinary. Caring for extraordinary hearts for decades, Franciscan Health knows heart care is more than just a name on a chart. It's somebody who shaped your whole life. Heal your heart today at franciscanhealth.org/heartcare.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News, 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
Prosecutors and the FBI say months of sifting through existing evidence led to today's arrest of a man accused of planting pipe bombs in Washington, D.C., nearly 5 years after the suspect had been seen on grainy surveillance video.
We're talking 2021. I know that doesn't seem like that long ago, but agents repeatedly say it was tough because he had a hoodie on, he had a mask on, you couldn't see his eyes, you couldn't see his hands, you couldn't see his feet. He did have unique Nike shoes, which only 25,000 people apparently were issued, and FBI used a measuring tool where they were able to see that he was 5'7", they predicted, based on kind of spatial awareness with some other items in the picture, and it turns out that he's 5'6", so that seemed to work. But as far as the identification, they say they just had to go through old tips.
Fox's David Spun, 30-year-old Braun Cole Jr. of Woodbridge, Virginia, so far facing explosive-related charges. A closed-door briefing on Capitol Hill from the admiral who oversaw a September double strike on a suspected drug boat.
Senate Intelligence Committee Chairman Tom Cotton says after the first strike on the drug boat on September 2nd, he saw 2 survivors fighting to flip the boat and stay in the fight, as he put it. So he thinks the second strike, killing them, was justified.
And in subsequent strikes, there's an example where survivors actually were shipwrecked and distressed and not trying to continue on their mission. And they were treated, as they should be, as non-combatants.
The survivors in the October strike were picked up by U.S. forces. When told that House Intelligence Ranking Member Jim Himes found the strikes disturbing, Cotton replied,
"What's disturbing to me is that millions of Americans have died from drugs being run to America by these cartels."
He said he believes such strikes will continue.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
There's cold, and then there's this kind of cold. Skies are clear, but it's 27 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:02. A storm that looked like it would bring rain and snow this weekend has shifted south. Mike Ryan at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says it's still unclear, though, who will see what, but they're keeping an eye on another system next week.
Now, with that being said, the track at the moment would suggest that we may actually be warm enough to start out as rain with that system and then change back over to snow on the backside. Again, that's 5-6 days away, so we've got some time to monitor it.
He says if you're going to the Big Ten championship game or the IU basketball game in Indianapolis this Saturday, you can expect clear skies and highs in the 30s. Marian University announcing today that the NAIA has withdrawn Marian's opportunity to compete in the NAIA Football Playoff Championship Series even further because an academically ineligible student athlete took part in 3 games this season. It's because of that they will not play in their scheduled playoff game at Kaiser University this Saturday, and their season is over. Business leaders in northern Indiana testified in support of a bill today that would allow for a casino to be built in Allen County. Kathy Humbarger, though, says if all you see is the financial benefit of a casino, then you're missing other problems that come with it.
You don't care about the increase in human trafficking, domestic violence, corruption.
Humbarger is part of the group that's called the Coalition for a Better Allen County. Fort Wayne Mayor Sharon Tucker says she supports a casino. And 'tis the season for holiday shopping and scams. Johnette Cruz reports on what the government says they're doing to protect you.
Indiana Congressman Jefferson Shreve's efforts to crack down on international fraud networks have gained momentum in Washington. His Dismantle Foreign Scam Syndicates Act successfully passed committee on Wednesday, marking the latest push in his priority to protect U.S. families. The bipartisan bill creates an interagency task force led by the State Department, aligning federal, state, and local law enforcement to pursue overseas crime syndicates. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
It's 5:04. Your traffic and weather next.
You know exactly why you need to remodel that kitchen of yours. The space, it's outdated. You can't move around like you used to. It doesn't work like it needs to. You want to entertain and you want to improve your quality of life. This can happen, just not with the kitchen you have. You need to call Booher Remodeling, BOOHER, BooherRemodeling.com. They can take that old kitchen that's deteriorating and broken down and turn it into something that works for you and your family. Their 5-step design process from start to finish, the consultation, the preliminary design, the design development, getting all the documents together, and then getting it done. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in central Indiana. Booher Remodeling will guide you through the entire process, starting with the free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Create that new kitchen. Design experts can use an existing layout or begin completely from scratch. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. BOOHER, BooherRemodeling.com. That's BooherRemodeling.com.
With traffic at 5:05, Matt Bear, you've been a busy man today.
Yeah, John, west side, hate to say it, northbound 465 still shut down before Washington Street because of a semi-fire and a fuel spill. Traffic is stopped all the way to the White River, and that eastbound 70 slowing into the city center. Because of that, we have stop-and-go traffic from Indianapolis International Airport to 465, then slow all the way to Holt, jam up from Tibbs Avenue into the South Split, and a lot of rerouters pouring into eastbound 70 here tonight. Southbound 465 on the west side, stop-and-go from West 46 all the way down to the semi-fire after Washington Street. Looking at the east side, crash northbound 465 at Penn Pike, right lane closed. Traffic stop-and-go almost to Washington Street. Again, that's on the east side. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. It's both Black Friday and Happy Honda Days all November at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Stop in for 0 down leases, special pricing, and more all month long. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your American Standard Heating Weather Center forecast.
The coldest night of the work week is ahead for us tonight. Near record low temperatures are possible as we will fall to around 10 degrees. The record low here in Indy tonight is 8 degrees from 1886. And then we'll try to rebound into the lower 30s to end the work week on Friday with a mix of sun and clouds. Saturday, we'll try to warm up even further into the mid-30s, but there's not going to be a whole lot of sunshine on Saturday, so we're expecting mostly cloudy skies through the day. I'm Wish TV, Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a special guest in studio and a special guest on the hotline.
Governor Mike Braun in studio with us this afternoon, and joining us on the hotline, Senator Jim Banks. Senator, how are you, my friend?
Well, I would much rather be there in the studio with all of you in Indiana than here in Washington, D.C. I'm told regularly that Governor Braun, my predecessor, the former senator, is much happier in Indiana than he was in Washington. So
Is that right?
I'll take a page from that book, and I wish I was there with all of you instead of here.
I will second that motion.
Senator, let's get into it here. For whatever reason, the political left is trying to make Pete Hegseth the boogeyman. The Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, some sort of boogeyman because he wants to blow up Venezuelan drug dealers. Like, I'm no political strategist, but this doesn't seem like a smart idea from the political left. What say you?
71% of Americans support striking these drug boats and stopping narco-terrorists from flooding poison into the country before it gets here. And I bet there are more Hoosiers than that, even more than 71% of Hoosiers who are common sense people who understand that President Trump is stopping it from coming here to begin with. And Secretary of War Hegseth, who was just in Fort Wayne with us a couple weeks ago, is executing the president's plans to take out these drug boats before they get here. So I have no sympathy for these narco terrorists. I mean, a lot of chatter on Capitol Hill today about these videos from September 1 or September 2, the drug boat and the couple of terrorists who were hanging from the boat. I say take them out. Stop them from poisoning Americans. President Trump gets that. The American people support him, and Pete Hegseth, who I think is doing a great job, has done nothing wrong. So I back him 100%.
I keep on hearing things like words like war crimes from Hakeem Jeffries, the leader of the House on the Democratic side. Like, we're not at war with these people. We're just saying, we're going to take you out if you were trying to import fentanyl that's going to kill 100,000 Americans a year.
Well, we talked about the war on drugs for 40 years, right? I mean, all of my life we have had the war on drugs, and President Trump is the first president in my lifetime who's taken that war seriously and taking out these drug boats and telling the drug cartels, you are our enemy and we will kill you before you kill Americans. So the president has Article 2 powers to protect the homeland of the United States of America. So he's well within his constitutional rights. The authorizations are already there for him to do what he's doing. We've seen for way too long so many Hoosiers affected by drug overdoses. The last year, the Biden administration, a couple thousand or more drug overdoses in Indiana because of this poison flooding into our country. President Trump is the first one who's finally doing something about it. So I can't. I mean, you guys are picking up on something here, though. I'm sure Governor Braun, as he gets back to the land of common sense in Indiana, it doesn't miss this at all. But these Democrats are wacky and crazy. I mean, they're siding with the narco terrorists over the American people, and that's not. You talk about politics. This is a life and death matter. It's not political, but let's talk about the politics of it. The Democrats are on the wrong side of this issue, and it's going to come back to haunt them on Election Day.
And, Governor, to piggyback off of what Senator Banks is talking about, I bet when you go around the state and you're talking about the drug epidemic that has been running rampant over the last 10 plus years in this country, when so many families who have lost a loved one to a fentanyl overdose see the Department of War trying to proactively eliminate people bringing this poison to their country, I feel like they are excited for this. They're finally being heard by the government. Does that make sense?
They finally have a voice at the highest place in the country that's doing something about it. As Jim said, 71% in Indiana, that's that classic 80-20. And the other side of the aisle seems to always be picking that 20%, where this should be something that we don't equivocate at all about. And when you're talking about 100,000 lives each year at stake, take the percentage of Hoosiers that are involved in that too.
Speaking with Senator Jim Banks here on the Hammer and Nigel show, Governor Mike Braun also in studio with us. Senator, let's pivot to the vetting process for some of these refugees, the Afghan vetting process, this is on the heels of the D.C. shooting. Now, if you go back a couple of years, you'll remember there was a little controversy at Camp Atterbury here in Indy about who was coming in, Afghan refugees. I fought with a local TV station about this. I'm curious as to your perspective on what's happening a couple years removed and what's happening at a national level.
Well, this is one of those cases where we predicted this. I served in Afghanistan back in August of 2021 when Biden and General Milley and Lloyd Austin, all these jokers in that administration that botched the withdrawal and all of that happened, and then all those plane loads of Afghan nationals they brought to the United States who were largely unvetted. We knew at that point, I think 190,000 of them, most of them were largely unvetted. We knew at that point that they were bringing terrorists to the United States of America. And then the last week you've had 3 incidents, the first one, of course, being very sad, and the terrorist attack in Washington, D.C., and then you've had 2 more of these Afghan nationals who were brought in under Biden who have been arrested. This is a real problem, and what we know is probably going to be true is that as the president and the administration turn their sights to fully vetting all of those who came here, they're going to find a lot more ties to terrorists. This last one that was arrested had ties to ISIS-K, which is the worst of the worst of terrorism. Let me say this. I brag about this all the time, and I want to thank Governor Braun on this program. Governor Braun was one of the first governors in the country, might have been the very first one, and one of the very first things that he did when he went into the governor's office was to sign an executive order that instructed the state police in the state of Indiana to support President Trump and the Trump administration in the mass deportation efforts to get illegal criminals off of our streets. That's different than the unvetted Afghan nationals, but that shows you that we have a governor in our state who's serious about law and order, that's serious about the illegal immigration crisis, and stands with the Trump administration, what they're trying to do on this entire front. Governor, I want to thank you for that type of leadership.
Thank you, Jim. And, when I decided not to run for a second term for Senate, I remember the conversation you and I had, and I always felt you were going to fill that spot up, and you've been true blue to that. You've been there backing the president. And for me here as a governor, where the states are going to have to rally behind America first and common sense stuff, it makes me feel really good that we got someone like you that's carrying the torch out there. Keep doing it. On redistricting, you've been a fan of it, as our 7 congressional office holders have. We're working on that. That's another thing. If we don't get that done, that playing field has been so uneven. You've been a proponent for that. Thanks for your support of that vocally.
Senator Jim Banks, your response to the redistricting conversation happening here in Indiana. The governor and I and Nige just had a long conversation about what's happening here with the Indiana State House. There's a lot of Republicans, especially in the Indiana Senate, that are a little wishy-washy, a little unsure about changing of the congressional maps. As somebody that's representing Indiana and Washington, D.C., your thoughts on the whole concept, the whole conversation of changing the map?
Well, I'm glad Governor Braun called a special session. I'm glad that the state house is likely to pass this forward tomorrow on third reading and pass it over to the Senate. And I've said all along that the Senate should just vote on it. I think when they vote on it, you're going to see senators who maybe have been, that haven't been public about their stance. They're going to vote for it because that's what their voters want them to do. So just vote on it. Just be transparent about it. Don't sweep it under the rug. Just have a vote on it. Make it public so all the senators cast their vote and their constituents know where they stand on it. I mean, at the end of the day, we know that the Democrats cheated and manipulated the data from the last census when Joe Biden came to and took over the White House. They took the census data from the 2020 census, and they used they misused that data to create more Democrat seats in Democrat states and take seats away from. We know that Florida and Texas would have more Republican districts than what they do because of how they manipulated this data. They counted illegals in the census data and used that to how they drew some of these districts. So, and then you have states like California, Illinois threatening to do it, other Democrat states who are doing this mid-cycle redistricting. But I think the governor and I agree on this, that the way that they manipulated that data and how the Democrats have managed this process, there's a good reason for Indiana's 9 votes in Congress to mean even more to do this mid-cycle redistricting. There's a case here to be made, and I'm glad that the State House is moving forward on it.
Senator, last thing here before we let you go. Have you been talking any trash to the vice president about this IU Ohio State football game coming up this weekend?
Oh, you better believe it. Believe it. He complained that the last time he was in Indianapolis was whenever there was the Rose Bowl in the mid 2000s when he drove over from Columbus and Ohio State got thumped by somebody. I forget who it was. So he doesn't have fond memories of Ohio State playing in Indianapolis and bowl games. So let's make it another miserable day for the Ohio State Buckeyes on Saturday. I feel pretty good about it.
I'm excited, man. It's a big weekend here in Central Indy. Senator Jim Banks, we appreciate the time. Thank you so much, and we'll talk again soon.
Have a good day.
All right, Matt Bear standing by with a look at the roads.
All right, fellas, looking at the west side. Northbound 465 is closed at Sam Jones Expressway because of a semi-fire. The fire is out. People have been on that interstate for a couple of hours now. Hang in there. Traffic stopped to the White River. Southbound 465 on the west side is stop and go with rubbernecking and rush hour. It begins before 38th Street down to Washington Street and a little bit beyond to the semi-fire. Looking at northbound 65 on the south side, stop and go from South Keystone Avenue into the south split. Eastbound 70 jams up after the airport collector to 465 because of rerouting traffic. Then we are stop and go before Sam Jones into the south split. In Madison County, southbound 69 stops at State Road 13. That's because of a crash reported a couple of miles down the interstate. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. It's both Black Friday and Happy Honda Days all November at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Stop in for zero down leases, special pricing, and more all month long. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
23 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Again, normally, we don't like to have interview after interview, but man, when we've got the lineup that we've got today, we're going to keep just going with it, baby. Andrew Ireland, representative flamethrower from here in Indiana. He's going to be on the hotline. He's going to be calling in here in just a moment, but he was over at the State House earlier today. Tons of amendments being talked about with the changing of the maps. We'll find out what's going on. The absolute latest, the first word from Representative Andrew Ireland next.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Ladies live longer than men, and that has some financial consequences for women if they run a greater risk of running out of money. And it's critical women have the right strategy to file for Social Security, because the biggest mistake isn't choosing the wrong age. It's not being able to understand how Social Security impacts their IRA and 401k withdrawals.
You work hard. You want your money to work hard for you, especially in retirement. This is where Bill Demery comes in. Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. He's my retirement guy. And if he can make a moron like myself understand what's happening with my money, you guys are going to love him. Bill Demery is great, and you should set up that free analysis right now. 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120. Schedule your free analysis with Bill Demery, your retirement guy. You can also visit yourretirementguy.com.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $150 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$150 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
I've been a Republican my whole life.
I proudly voted for President Trump 3 times.
I want Republicans to win.
But mid-cycle redistricting isn't the right way to do it. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars.
And it gives D.C. more power to tell us what to do.
That's not how Hoosiers do things.
Tell your legislator, spend your time passing a conservative agenda
that lowers costs and makes our lives better.
And don't rig our elections.
Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
JMV here. This holiday season, make your home magical with Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden. Sparkling Christmas trees, glowing holiday decorations, show-stopping fresh greenery, and trees for inside and out. Sundown and Miss M's has everything you need to turn your home into a winter wonderland. Visit them for wonderful Christmas gifts, delectable chocolates, live trees, wreaths, and more. Come in and get inspired and let the holiday spirit ring. Sundown Gardens, 186th and Spring Mill in Westfield. Miss M's on State Road 135 in Bargersville.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800-948-1659.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
She's too special for just an average gift. See Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy colored diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Whole home protection of your water for what matters most. People, pets, plumbing, and appliances. The sale's on at C&J, and it's a good one. 317-733-SOFT.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hello, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a special guest on the hotline.
Representative Andrew Ireland joining us. Representative, thank you for being patient here. And you were over in the mix today at the Indiana General Assembly. The topic was redistricting. It's so hard for me to say that. Did I do it right?
Wow,
Thank
I'm
you.
impressed.
Thank you.
Wow.
You were kind of texting me back and forth. Tons of amendments. Everybody's got an amendment. Walk me through the latest. What are we doing here?
Yeah, so good to be back, guys. It's interesting to me. I think we saw more amendments on this today than almost any other bill during the last session. It's kind of a 3-day process usually. You go through a committee, then you go to the floor, and you've got amendments, and then on the last day, you have an up or down vote of whether or not you're going to pass the final version of that bill. So we've gone through the second piece of that there today. We went through the amendments. Democrats offered everything under the sun. All of those were defeated. So tomorrow's the big day. The House will have a chance to vote up or down of whether or not they're going to move forward with redistricting, and then it goes off to the Senate.
What are we hearing? Like, you know me, I'm a gambling man, Representative. It feels like the House has always had the votes. Do you kind of got that feeling?
Well, certainly we have the votes, I feel like, for tomorrow. I'm pretty confident. I think the Speaker had put out a statement about a month ago to as much. I'd be really surprised if it goes any other way. Obviously, the Senate is a bigger question. I think some senators, it's still not clear where they stand on this one. So we really may not know where it ends up until next week.
So what's the timeline then? You vote tomorrow, and then it goes over to the Senate. Then what happens?
So the Senate will gavel in on Monday. I think they're calendared to be in all of next week. So the hope would be that they would send it to a committee hearing, just like we did, take public testimony. Then they'd come back a day or two later, and they'd go and do amendments on the floor. Hopefully, that kind of continues to move forward. And then if they agree with the bill we gave them, there'll be a single vote by them. If they pass it, it goes to the governor. If they have any amendments, and we have a conference committee, and both sides have to kind of hash it back out, we'll have maybe one more vote on each side to get it done. But I'm cautiously optimistic that I think we're going to get to 26 votes in the Senate and get this done.
Representative Andrew Ireland with us. I love this idea. I'm hoping it can become fruition. Your plan to impeach rogue judges and prosecutors. Andrew, as somebody that lives in Marion County, you're talking romance to me here when you're talking rogue judges and prosecutors. Walk me through this.
Yeah, so this is really simple. In fact, there are only about 2 jobs in the state of Indiana, if you're in government, that cannot be impeached right now, and that is circuit judges and prosecuting attorneys. It's a quirk of our Indiana Constitution, the way the courts have interpreted it. So all I want to do is say there's a long list of other people that can be impeached. Guess what, guys? You're subject to the same standard that I'm subject to, that the governor that y'all just talked to is subject to. That we have to have some accountability for these people, particularly when they're not willing to do their jobs. And I think in part they do it because they know they can get away with it, because they know there's no consequences when they don't want to be judges, when they don't want to be prosecutors, but instead they want to be advocates for the criminals. So I think it's really important to have those checks in place, and that's exactly what this does.
Is there criteria for this? Because I know the folks on the left are going to say you can't just impeach somebody because you don't like them, which the irony is thick. I totally get that. But what are the criteria for this?
So kind of 3 categories, right? And impeachment's a high bar. I got to be clear. You can't just go and, impeach somebody willy-nilly. You got to have 2/3 vote on both the House and the Senate side, as you've seen over the last couple of weeks. Republicans have a really hard time sometimes of even getting to 26 votes in the Senate. So this has to be, somebody that's really dead to rights. But if somebody commits a crime, if somebody is doing effectively abuse of office, malfeasance, or negligence, which is, a nice legal word for not doing your job, if you're not going and holding the violent criminals accountable. And so if you have one of those things as a prosecutor or a circuit judge and you're dead to rights and you can get the votes, yeah, I think it's time to go and, impeach somebody, send them packing. And hopefully that sends a message to these other soft on crime judges and prosecutors that either start doing your job or we're coming for you next.
30 seconds left here. How optimistic are you that this can get to the finish line?
I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Elon Musk tweeted out his approval of this plan today, so I really appreciate that. One of the world's smartest people. But, too, I've talked to a lot of the senators, and I think that's been one of the holdups of this general issue is on the Senate side. I've had a lot of support of this language. I think this is the best approach we've tried so far, so I'm hopeful we're going to get it done this time.
Representative Andrew Ireland, hey, man, keep us up to date on all things happening over there, and let us know, and then we'll let the masses know. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys.
That's Representative Andrew Ireland. Rob Kendall, he is out in the hallway.
Why does he take his shirt off?
Like, I've never seen somebody chew gum harder than that in my entire life. He's putting on war paint. He's smacking his gum. He is going to go off the rails right after John Herrick does the news.
Certainly an evening to bundle up. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:30. Really cold air moves in this evening across the state under clear skies and light wind. Mike Ryan from the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says,
the fact that we've got snow on the ground over most of the area, we are expecting temperatures to fall down into the single digits, particularly Interstate 70 corridor and points north. Be a touch warmer in the lower to mid-teens as you go south.
Ryan says spots like Lafayette and Kokomo could drop to near zero, with wind chills dipping between 0 and -5. If you need to get gas today, AAA says the Indiana gas average is $2.89 a gallon. Foreign visitors coming to the U.S. for some major sporting events will get priority with their visa applications. Fox's Jared Halpern has more.
A directive to U.S. embassies and consulates around the world puts a priority on visa applications from foreigners hoping to attend next summer's FIFA World Cup, the 2028 Olympics, or make investments in the U.S. President Trump says ticket sales for the international soccer tournament are already setting records.
I can report to you that we have sold more tickets than any
country anywhere in the world at this stage of the game.
The Trump administration is also putting new rules in place on visa requirements for highly skilled workers that would deny entry to anyone deemed to have participated in the censorship of American citizens on social media. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Specialist Jackson Corum, who was a fallen soldier from Evansville, was brought back home after dying in a motorcycle crash in North Carolina. He was 21 years old. He was stationed at Fort Bragg, and his body was flown back to Evansville and escorted to Boone Funeral Home. And the Indiana Railroad says they're celebrating their 35th year of their Santa Train, which brings Santa and Mrs. Claus, along with Yuletide cheer, to the communities along their route on December 5th, 6th, and 7th. It serves central and southwest Indiana, along with eastern Illinois. And with traffic at 5:32, here's Matt Bear.
All right, John. Northbound 465 closed at Sam Jones Expressway on the west side because of an earlier semi-fire, and traffic is stopped back to the White River. As a result, traffic is poured onto eastbound 70, so it is stop and go from the airport collector ramps past 465 all the way to Holt Road. People are trying to exit the Holt Road. That's a mess. And then we have stop and go traffic with more rerouters into the south split. Northbound 65 is stopped before Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's a construction zone. And again, rerouting traffic back to the west side. Southbound 465 stop and go traffic from West 46th Street all the way past Washington Street. We have rubbernecking there. Northbound 465 on the east side, crash clear at Penn Pike. Still slow back to I-70, then up to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. She's too special for just an average gift. To see Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy-colored diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
The coldest night of the work week is ahead for us tonight. Near record low temperatures are possible as we will fall to around 10 degrees, and then we'll try to rebound to the lower 30s to end the work week on Friday with a mix of sun and clouds. Saturday, we'll try to warm up even further into the mid 30s, but there's not going to be a whole lot of sunshine on Saturday, so we're expecting mostly cloudy skies through the day. I'm Wish TV, Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
And now, Hammer and Nigel go off the rails with Rob Kendall.
Noise pollution.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there, also joining us live in studio to go off the rails. It's one Mr. Rob Kendall from the Kendall and Casey Show. Rob, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. Thanks as always to our segment sponsor, Garage Doors of Indianapolis. They're the best.
I heard your guest earlier this morning on your show is Nikki Kelly from Capitol Chronicle,
yes.
and you ended the conversation. You kind of pinned her down. Metaphorically speaking.
Whoa. Hey.
And you said, best guess.
Easy there, Weinstein.
It's Weinstein, isn't it? Whatever. Best guess, is this going to get through is redistricting going to get through committee and get voted on by the Senate? Is that what you asked her? Did I understand?
We've been asking all our media people. We've had all these media people on this week, and I've asked every single one of them, the Star and Capitol Chronicle and all these people, do they think this thing's going to go forward?
What has to happen next? What's going to happen next here in this process?
The House will approve it tomorrow. That's a foregone conclusion. Then the Senate will meet next week and go through the hearing process. Now, it is unknown what committee they're going to assign it to. That's a Rod Bray deal, right? Bray's going to pick the committee assignment, and when he picks it, will they even hear it? And if they hear it, will they approve it to even get it to the Senate for a vote?
Now, this is a big deal because in the past, the people Rod Bray has picked for certain committees have been designed to screw you. Go back to property taxes, and he puts people like Scott Baldwin on the committee who've got financial skin in the game for screwing people over.
Oh, totally. I think you'll get an idea based on where it goes in committee. Now, it will depend on... Look, I'm so torn on this because I just can't, in your mind, you can't picture things, like what it's going to be like. I can't picture Bray allowing something to be voted on and approved that he's vehemently against, which he clearly is with this. But then I also can't picture the governor getting thoroughly embarrassed in front of the entire nation. But Braun has been such an ass about this and goaded and insulted Bray and challenged him and da-da-da-da. Maybe Bray's like, just give him what he wants. We'll embarrass him in front of the nation.
And Bray can be bought. We saw that with constitutional carry. Allegedly, when the NRA started making phone calls of, it'd be a shame if all of our funding stopped coming to the state of Indiana, all of a sudden he believed in Second Amendment rights.
Yeah, the difference here is the constituents aren't for it. This is the problem. This is an invention of Donald Trump and these people being subservient to him and these outside groups like Turning Point USA. Poll after poll after poll shows the people of Indiana are against this. And those maps are an abomination. Those maps are disgusting.
Why are they disgusting?
Look, the whole premise of representative, right, is the word. You're supposed to represent. When you look at how the founders put the country together, there's a reason there's a House and a Senate. The Senate's the upper chamber. It's the big picture. It's why they're up every 6 years. They represent the entire state. The House is supposed to be people who represent a group of people with like-minded interest. When you go to Washington, your job really isn't, I mean, it's become this, but not to be a Republican or Democrat. Your job is to say, my people feel this way about this issue. I'm supposed to fight for these people who this is going to impact them in this manner. There are districts, multiple ones, that start in Indianapolis and stretch across the entire state. The people of Marion County have nothing in common with somebody at the southern tip of Indiana, these largely rural ag districts, and yet...
I think I do. I'm Marion County. I think I probably got a little bit in common with the folks at the River of Ohio.
Well,
we both like to gamble. We go to casinos, and we don't want to have Andre Carson. We got a lot in common, Rob.
I guarantee you that a lot of those people in southern Indiana don't give two damns about Andre Carson. That is a Marion County thing.
Because they don't know him, and that's the point.
But that's the point, though. Your job, there will be policies, I promise you. There will be numerous policies that will be in direct conflict where this person's vote will screw somebody in their district because of the way these districts are set up. Look, okay, and here's another example of this, because people have been on me about this about Shreve. How did Jefferson Shreve become a congressman? He spent an entire year screwing the people of Marion County, lying and running this horrible mayoral campaign, but he was essentially spent $15, $16 million, whatever, of name ID. His district that he's in now has a portion of Marion County, and it stretches all the way to the Ohio border. What'd he do? He ran up the score in Marion County when he ran for Congress. He didn't get a majority of the vote or anywhere close to it. He got all those people in Marion County to vote for him, and now he's a congressman. He is a Marion County congressman representing the rest of that entire district. That's what almost every district is going to be like if these maps pass.
Let me ask you this. How much sway, how much pull does Rod Bray, Senate Pro Tem, have over the people under him?
A lot.
I mean,
that's why property taxes went down. That's why, I mean, he does. He's the big boss, right? I mean, you could make a case, maybe Houston.
Which is why I'm surprised you aren't as anti-Rod Bray as I am. Property taxes was your baby. That was like your cause. Like, I'm ticked off because I think he's the reason why, in his little elite team of butt sniffers underneath of him, that we got screwed. Like, I feel like you should be more angry than anybody at Rod Bray.
Who said I like Rod Bray?
Well, you're way angrier about Braun and Beckwith
because he lied to
Rod
me.
Bray.
They lied to me. Rod Bray didn't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Braun looked me right in the eye and lied to me numerous times. Micah lied to me numerous times. Those guys, don't. I can deal with people that I don't agree with. I get along fine with Jesse Brown. I don't agree with him on anything. He looks me right in the face and tells me what he thinks.
Dare I say, friend of the show, Jesse Brown.
Yeah.
He's been on with us.
I get along with all sorts of liberal people. You make fun of my friends all the time, right? They don't lie to me.
The fat guy.
Those guys lied to me, and they lied to the state. I got no tolerance for that because you can't trust them. You can't deal with them. I know what Rod Bray is saying. I know what the Democrats are. Look, I do not believe. Look, Jennifer Ruth Green is a disgusting person. She failed in that run for Congress. They tried to push her up by giving her this cushy $275,000 taxpayer-funded job. And because she has the ethics of Tony Soprano, she couldn't even make it 8 months before they had to get rid of her. That's who's going to be their golden child in that first congressional district. Is that the person that's going to save America? Because that's what they want us to believe. I don't believe in rewarding these people. I don't want any more Jefferson Shreves, and I don't want Andre Carson to be the mayor of Indianapolis, which is what's going to happen.
Okay, here's my thing about Andre Carson becoming the mayor of Indianapolis. If he just shows up and he's sober, I feel like we've made progress. Like, I'm not going to like his policies, but I don't like Joe Hogshead's policies. Is he going to be there? Is he going to be coherent? Is he not face down in a urinal somewhere? Like, if that's the case, I feel like we've made progress.
We have to stop the Republican lies and the bad Republican behavior. When my 2.5-year-old misbehaves, I don't give her more candy. I don't give her cookies and go, great job, Livy. If she draws on the wall, I put her in timeout. We have had nothing but bad behavior from these Republicans. The taxes, the corruption, the conflicts of interest, the utility bills, they don't do anything to help us. And we're like, well, let's just reward them and give them 2 more seats. Why would they ever help us?
And I agree with you, and you're right about that. But I feel like there's a better chance of primarying a Republican turd out than primarying Andre Carson out. Because Andre Carson is a made man here in Marion County. He is like the capo of a mafia. He is not going anywhere. He is set. He could walk out there pantsless and say, hey, all of you can bite me, and he would win in a landslide because his last name is Carson.
But Andre Carson doesn't matter. If the Republicans would just act like Republicans, none of this would be an issue. It's the Republicans who are to blame because they have all the power. We don't need Andre Carson. It doesn't matter about Andre Carson.
If this doesn't pass through the Senate, it's just as embarrassing for Rod Bray as it is Governor Braun, isn't it?
Why? Bray's been against it from the beginning. If I beg you not to do something.
But he's letting them, but he's bringing it to the table, though.
Right.
So why bring it to the table?
Because I think he wants to embarrass Braun. If he wants to
Do you think that's his end game here?
I think.
Why did he pull a 180?
I don't see.
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Here's what I know. You got, 20 no's, right? 20. Well, probably 22. I know of a couple people that are no's that haven't announced it, but I'm not going to out them on that because that's their job to do. You got basically 22 people that are against. So that's like 10 Democrats, 12 Republicans. You've got what? Is it 20 yes confirmed? Yes. So you've got 8 people that this is going to come down to. They got to get 4 of them to be no. If you were a yes and you could get all these lunatics off your ass, wouldn't you have made that announcement by now? If you could be a hero and the turning point, people would love you and Trump would say nice things about you and you wouldn't get bothered anymore, wouldn't you come out and say, you know what, I'm for this and just be done with it? I think if you haven't announced, now minds could be changed, but I think if you haven't announced, you're probably a no. I could be wrong.
It feels like you are one of the most connected people when it comes to what's going on inside the State House. This is the interesting question for me, and I don't know if you've heard anything one way or the other. If you have, please let us know. It's one of 2 things here. Somebody has told Rod Bray it'd be a shame if all your funding stopped coming, and he decided to see the light and let's move forward, like he did with constitutional carry. Or he's like, you know what? If Braun and Trump are going to drag my name through the mud, let's dance. Don't threaten me with a good time. I'll call a vote. We're not going to have the votes, and all the mean tweets will start going to him.
Yeah, no. If the people I've talked to, we talked to multiple people, and I never got anybody this week to say it's a yes. I got multiple people to say they think it's a no. I got some people say I don't have idea. It's super close, but like these people that are coming out in the no's, they are subservient to Bray. Many of them, they wouldn't be doing that if they thought he was really for this or was going to be angry if they did that, because those committee assignments and stuff they're too important. And I think maybe Braun was such an ass about this, and Bray, look, you say whatever you want about Bray. He was very polite about all this. He tried his best.
He's a very polite weasel.
Well, I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying.
He's like Bobby the Brain Heenan. He's very well-spoken. Still a weasel, but very well-spoken.
If you keep telling somebody that train is going to run you over or get off the tracks, and the guy keeps extending his middle finger back to you and saying, you don't know anything about anything, get out there and drive that train. Well, okay, I'll ride the train and run you over. I mean, at least
I really thought I'd get more of a response from the Bobby Heenan reference out of you.
Like, WIBC's own, baby.
Right. Used to fill in on this radio station.
Great would that have been to have Bobby Heenan as doing a show with you? The Hammer and Heenan, or the Nigel and Heenan
Oh,
show.
man, that'd be
Hammer
great.
and Heenan.
Can you come back for one more segment?
Yeah, let's do it.
Going off the rails with Rob Kendall here on the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, that's right. The big old year-end clearance sale is here at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Before they turn 99 years old, they're going to slash prices up to 50% off brands like Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, even Tempur-Pedic floor samples. Rock bottom prices plus interest-free financing and free delivery within 75 miles of Columbus. You got to hurry, though. The lowest prices of this year in Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Been owned and operated by the same family since 1927. And these guys love the WIBC audience. I love when I talk to Spencer Thompson and he tells me how many Hammer and Nigel listeners have gone down to the store. These guys support what we do, so please, next time you need something, support these guys. Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Free delivery and setup if you live within 75 miles. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis has been a local, family-owned and operated business for nearly 50 years and helps keep Central Indiana's economy strong by employing over 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis stands by their products and services while they share and embrace our conservative values. So when you have garage door problems, call them today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis, 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
Picture this, you're on a date, and then bad breath happens. Confidence gone. Here's the truth. Most gums and mints are just bad breath Band-Aids, but not Zellman's Minty Mouth. The functional breath freshener you swallow. Tiny dual-action capsules with mint on the outside, parsley seed oil inside, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders, even garlic and onions. It's only available online. Go to Zellmans.com, Zelmins, Zellmans.com, code FRESH for 15% off.
Take a deep breath and visualize. It's Saturday. You just won up to $100 instant Kohl's cash just because you are one of the first 100 in-store customers. Yes, visualize you at Kohl's as a winner. Plus, you'll also save up to 50% store-wide. It's all happening this Saturday at Kohl's. No purchase necessary while supplies last on 12/6/25. One card per household. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Offers end December 6th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your destination for nonstop entertainment. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 21+.
It's B Windows' biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off plus no interest, no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com.
Trust me. Mark your calendar for December 9th. St. Philip's Church and Indianapolis Urban League present a drive-through food box and meal distribution. Get fresh produce, meat, and pantry staples. No ID needed. First come, first served. Questions? Call 317-693-7603.
Matt Baer has a look at the roads.
Yeah, Hammer on the west side, northbound 465, closed at Sam Jones Expressway because of an earlier semi-fire. Traffic is stopped back to the White River. And because of that, eastbound 70 jam from the Indy Airport collector through 465. And then we stop at Holt Road into the South Split. It's a mess. Northbound 65 stopped from South Keystone Avenue into the South Split. And inbound 65, 8-minute delay from MLK to Meridian. West side crash. Southbound 465 at West 10th Street. 2 left lanes are blocked. Traffic is stopped back to West 38th Street. Boone County southbound 65 jams at State Road 267 until you get past Whitestown Parkway. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local. Shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
It's 26 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. And caller number 9, you win tickets to go see Leonard Skinner and Foreigner August 7th next year at Ruoff. And caller number 10, you get tickets to go see Chicago and Styx August 2nd next year at Ruoff. So caller number 9, Skinner and Foreigner. Caller number 10, Chicago and Styx, 239-9393. Back with Rob Kendall of the Kendall and Casey Show, 9 to noon here at 93 WIBC. Something Nigel and I have been talking about quite a bit is there's an awful lot of open property here in downtown Indy. Stores are moving out. Nobody's moving back in. The coupon lady and I had a little date night a couple weekends ago. Friday night downtown, went to the comedy club, and this was a warm night. It was like 60 degrees, unseasonably warm on a Friday. There was hardly anybody out downtown. The country bar was full, the comedy club was full, and that was it.
And there's studies have been done that we're higher than the national average of empty office space.
Over double the national average. So explain to me, Rob, why do people like the Indy Chamber, the Chamber of Commerce, hitch their wagon to people like Joe Hogsett and endorse them when, last time I remember, Hogsett left businesses out to dry during the riots?
We had this conversation today on our show because we're talking about these people who, look, I never change, right? I call people out, same principle, same everything. When I do it with the Democrats, people love me for 4 years when we were doing it to Biden. And now the same standard to Trump, people get mad and are screaming at me. And somebody I was talking to the other day that's connected in the State House said, you got to think of it like this. Remember when they had Bob Knight literally on camera choking a kid? And people were still like in some sort of denial, like Knight got a raw deal. No, you can see him wrap his hands around that guy's throat and his head jerks back violently. He was choking a kid. Why did people continue to defend Bob Knight for years? All the crap, putting the cop in the trash can and throwing the plants and the soiled toilet paper, because they were so emotionally connected into it. And if at some point, if you've been so emotionally connected into something, you break from it, you're not only indicting that person, you're indicting yourself. And I think that's part of it, is like these people have been in this club for so long, and this kind of elitist, like bigger than the peasants club. And Joe Hogsett has been sort of the face of it, that if you break from it, like it's an emotional thing, like it's a trigger in your brain that they just can't do it no matter how bad it gets.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom-built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5, and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
Jeff Saturday on Teamwork.
Hey, I know a little something about the value of teamwork. So when I found my name on IndianaUnclaimed.gov, you can bet I checked some teammates' names as well. And I found them, lots of them, including a Hall of Famer and another with his own TV show. Look out for your own team and go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov and see if your name's on the list. Trust me, Indiana Unclaimed wants you to reunite you with your hard-earned money. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov today.
Football is
Speaking
back.
about weight loss
and so are great
medication, what can
heroin.
I say about Premier Weight Loss, man? I had hit a plateau in terms of weight loss on my own, and PWL put me over the top. I feel great losing weight. Cravings are minimal. And Premier Weight Loss works a specific personalized plan tailored just for you. Hey, also this month, Premier Weight Loss is running a special for Hammer and Nigel listeners. If someone becomes a member in the first 10 days of this month and mentions our show, they'll be entered to win 2 lower-level tickets to Colts at 49ers.
I lost a bunch of weight on my own, and then I plateaued. And that's when I reached out to Premier Weight Loss. And since I've been partnering with them, I've lost an additional 11 pounds in 1 month. And I'm still eating steak. I'm still drinking beer. I haven't given up the things I want. It's just the cravings have gone away. I'm telling you, these guys are a game changer. PWLindy.com. Make sure you tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. I'm a gift card guy for the holidays. I love to receive gift cards. And if you know somebody that is the same way, Check out the Hughes Culinary gift cards, St. Elmo Steakhouse, Harry and Izzy's, the HC Tavern and Kitchen, 1933 Lounge. This is the good stuff here. Get the gift cards right now, HughesCulinary.com. HughesCulinary.com. Make somebody's season unforgettable.
Lines. We Grow Hair Indy has helped former local professional football players get back in the game with full natural hair. You don't have to play pro ball to get pro-level results. Hey, it's Rob, and I knew I picked the right team when I needed a Hail Mary for my hair. I called We Grow Hair Indy. Whether you're tailgating, coaching, or watching from the couch, do it with confidence. Trade the sidelines for a hairline. Get back in the game at We Grow Hair Indy. Schedule your free evaluation today at WeGrowHairIndy.com. That's WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 317-522-2995. That's 317-522-2995. Enjoy being out and about this fall. Enjoy watching the games in person with your friends with confidence you haven't had in years. And you can do it with a trip to We Grow Hair Indy. 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Tell them Rob sent you.
At Hendricks, our cancer care
is in the details.
When you are with us, and you have our time and you have our energy.
We have a wonderful team of highly trained oncologists, physical therapists, speech pathologists, dietitians.
Always making sure that the patient is the center of the care.
We have excellent nurse navigation that are skilled at identifying barriers to treatment, as well as expertise from Mayo Clinic.
It is more personal care than just a number.
Visit hendricks.org/cancer.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Braun. Taiwan-based semiconductor company MediaTek is celebrating the opening of its expanded chip design center in the Thurs Purdue Technology Center on the campus of Purdue University. MediaTek USA's Patrick Wilson said once Indiana was chosen to house the new office, locating it at Purdue was an easy choice.
Like every other semiconductor company, we have literally hundreds of Purdue grads who already work for MediaTek. I think what set Purdue's pitch apart, they really know the semiconductor industry.
Planning for the expanded space began in 2024, and now MediaTek operates in a space about 5 times larger than its previous location in the Convergence Center at Purdue. Auburn-based Credent Wealth Management has announced an expanded partnership with Crestline Investors, a Texas investment firm that invested in Credent last year. While financial terms were not disclosed, Credent said the latest investment will support the firm's technology, personnel, and platform enhancements to strengthen long-term growth. Bloomington-based Upland Brewing Company is expanding the lore of its Champagne Velvet beer by opening 2 CV-themed restaurants in Colorado. Based in a pair of Denver suburbs, the restaurants mark Upland's first locations outside Indiana. This is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
The Indiana Bureau of Motor Vehicles is exploring the possibility of opening a new Lake County branch after receiving public comment on a plan to close its branch in Schererville. The BMV held an August 14th public hearing at the Schererville Town Hall on the plan to close the branch on Eagle Ridge Drive, part of a broader effort to consolidate some locations in the state. Although that closure is still set to occur by early 2027, the Bureau said this week that it is considering whether to open a new branch that would offer easier access for customers who now visit the Schererville and Crown Point locations. I'm Alex Braun for 93 WIBC.
Thank you, Alex. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis from the Technology Recycler Studios. It's 6 o'clock, and we join Fox News already in progress.
He's charged with transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce, as well as attempted malicious destruction by means of explosive materials. Authorities say search warrants are being executed. More charges could be on the way.
Fox's David Spahn, the motive for the plot has not been released, and it's not clear if there's any connection with the 2021 Capitol riot. A victory for the Trump administration in the effort to keep the National Guard in Washington, as a federal appeals court has paused a lower court order that would have ended the deployment a week from today. The judgment, though, is not final. Members of the House and Senate Intelligence Committees heard from the admiral who ordered the strikes on a reported drug boat off the coast of Venezuela in September. Admiral Frank Bradley briefed lawmakers in a secure room for about 4 hours. House Intel Committee ranking member Jim Himes says he watched the video of the incident and found it disturbing.
Any American who sees the video that I saw will see the United States military attacking shipwrecked sailors. Bad guys, but attacking shipwrecked sailors.
Senate Intelligence Committee Chair Tom Cotton.
What's disturbing to me is that millions of Americans have died from drugs being run to America by these cartels.
Senator Cotton says he believes these type of strikes will continue. Investigations into a series of mishaps by the Navy